I love this soundtrack so much. This is Sonic Frontiers, if anyone was curious. I still jam to these like on a regular basis. So this is this is me projecting to you all. Hold on, let me turn this down in my ears because this is super loud. What is going on, people? It is the Mentalk, the Prophet, YouTube savior. I've stopped saying that because I don't know. I've been introducing Origin Oracle in my last few videos, so it's been harder to like inject that from time to time. But I'm still doing it for the goddamn streams. Welcome everyone to the Sonic IDW live read through as we continue the story of the comic version of Sonic. I mean, I figure it's been a while since I've done Sonic content, right? And I see like a lot of comments lately where people are just like, hey, how come you're not doing Sonic stuff? And I'm like, I haven't forgotten. I haven't betrayed him with Mario or anything like that, or Donkey Kong or all of these things. I'm doing this stuff because I wanted to branch out a little bit. And look where we are. It's kind of working. I don't know. I have a bunch of new people who I guess our audience is skewed now because I probably have a ton of Mario fans in the chat. There are probably a ton of DK fans and I don't know, Zelda fans. We'll see. So I want to say what's up to Lost. Welcome, bruv. It's been a long time. This is my first stream in, I guess, a few weeks. I did play Resident Evil 4 on stream the other day, and for some reason I just could not get through it. It was like super difficult, so I ended up playing it off stream and I've completely beaten it. So right now my main game is I almost said Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. So right now I think that's what everybody's playing, but I decided to do a freaking stream today because I totally forgot today was Tears of the Kingdom release day. But whatever, let's get into the Sonic IDW comic. I'm gonna put on some more chill tracks right now. I hope everyone's been enjoying the videos I've been putting out as of late. It's a lot of freaking work, as you guys can imagine, but you know, your boy is here still trying to get things done. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the Kong Family Origin Oracle out this weekend, so I decided to do a stream instead as a consolation. But we'll see who kind of joins in and joins me on this adventure of reading through the Sonic comic. Who else is in the chat? Setzers. I don't know if you've been here the whole time or if you're still here. Nintendo fanboy, what's going on? Hey, I already got Tears of the Kingdom. Does the question needs me to answer? You can still answer it. Polls always, like, I don't know, polls are fun. I like polls. Zombie Souffle, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Lost. You said you're so lonely today? Well, okay, hopefully we can fix that by reading through this. I think let me see if there's other announcements that I need to make. Kayla Morgan, what's going on? I see you too. What is up? Welcome. Oh yeah, okay, so before we continue, I do want to say happy birthday to the OG, Etika. I'm not sure if you guys have ever watched his content, you know, but no, he's no longer with us, right? But today is in fact his birthday, or would have been his 33rd birthday. So I got to give the shout out to the boy because that's what got me on camera in the first place. Like his charisma, his enthusiasm kind of pushed me to start getting content out there. And I was, you know, I was inspired to him to some degree. I'm not saying I'm trying to copy his formula or anything like that, but definitely was an inspiration to a lot of the YouTube community. So shout out to Etika. Got to give him some props. Happy 33rd birthday. Rest in peace, man. All right. Cool. Lanky Lewis, the wordplay, welcome. Let's get this started. I think I have the comic set up here. So I'm trying to remember how I did this last time because this was, I think this is how it works. Yes. Okay, there we go. So basically last time I was reading through the Sonic comic because I basically subscribed to every single comic issue that's out there. And I've been reading up to a certain point. So in the first two streams, if you guys haven't caught them, they're in my playlist section. If you guys want to check out Sonic IDW live reading, I think that's the name of the playlist, but I have two of the streams and I actually edited it down a little bit and included some chapters so you guys know exactly what's going on. I don't think I did it for the second stream, but I've only done two parts and it was basically the first major arc introducing the characters and Sonic IDW. And if you guys haven't read this comic, this is a great opportunity to kind of join me on this adventure because a lot of people say that this is a peak fiction at this point in time. I actually really like what they've done with the characters in this particular medium because the Sonic comic has stories and character development that we won't see, we haven't seen in a lot of games. I think Frontiers is kind of in the same vein because they explore like the character interactions a little bit more. but this I think was the inspiration, this comic right here. So I definitely want to get through this, as much of this this arc as I can today. So this is the second major arc in the Sonic IDW comic. It is the Metal Virus one, Metal Virus Saga or Metal Virus arc, whatever they decide to call it. And yeah, Sonic is pushed to his limits in this particular arc, but we're gonna start from the very beginning. Nothing has gone down yet. This is basically just introducing this next part of the story, and I think this is where it kicks off. So Star and Sora, SIS, or is it Sis? Hey, what is going on? Am I too loud? I feel like I sound too loud. I'm gonna turn my mic down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so everybody strap in. This is my Sonic IDW live stream series. I mean, this is not something that's going to be too fancy. I mean, yeah, this is more of a casual environment. If you guys have any questions on my content, or if you're wondering if I'm doing a certain character or have a certain character video planned in the future, this is where you got to do it, because this is the live stream. So if it's live, you know, I don't mind answering those questions. I'm more off the cuff here anyway. So if you have any questions regarding that, this is the open forum for that too. So, all right, let's get started. I'm gonna take a nice swig of my Red Bull. You guys are gonna get all the stupid character voices at the same time too. By the way, the chat, anybody, is this their first stream? Is this their first stream with me or what? Because I have a few usuals that I see in there in the chat, like Lost, for instance, has been here since I started this, what, 4 years ago almost? Oh yes, it is almost the 4th anniversary of this channel, starting May 19th. Was it May 19th? Oh no, it was May 9th. I think it already passed. Normally I do like an anniversary stream or whatever, but I guess this serves it. Like, I've been so busy with content that it's just completely blew by. But I think this month would make 4 years since I started like putting out content. So I guess what, here we are at 57,000 subscribers or something close to that. That's pretty incredible, and I want to thank you guys for giving me the chance and watching the content and, you know, enjoying this stuff alongside. Mario Autumn, hello, good afternoon to you. The Wordplay, this is my first stream, love the videos. Thank you, Wordplay, for watching the videos. I'm messing with a lot of formulas too, and I know there's a lot of characters to get to. Like, I do want to get into the Zelda stuff, but as I'm going through DK, I realize that there's a lot more characters I want to talk about. So this next video coming up is going to be about like every single Kong, like all the rest of the Kongs, even ones that you wouldn't even imagine would be on that list. But also I was thinking, like, if I moved on to Zelda after that and skipped King K. Rool, people would probably take issue with that. So maybe I should do King K. Rool, but I don't know if he has a lot going on for him, but I don't know. And then of course there's some Mario content that I want to get to as well, with like Birdo and Toad and Koopas. I think I can't remember what the ones I had, but eventually that'll bubble up to like Zelda content, and then eventually like Kirby. And any Star Fox fans in here? I feel like people, like, I have not been asked about Star Fox at all, but I figure like that's something I really would be interested in covering. That's like Nintendo's like Black Sheep series for some reason. Like they pick it back up and they can never like get the same attention that it used to. I don't know. But they have a lot of lore and comic books and things like that go with the Star Fox series. So I was thinking of doing that as well. But that probably won't be for a while. Lanky Lewis said, do you have an idea how long the Mario movie video will be once the movie is out digitally? Yeah, so I'm a little afraid to like actually do a full Mario movie video, because like, I guess normally my videos run like 20 minutes, right? So I think the Mario one would be a little bit shorter, because I don't know. I would have to dive into each of the characters, right? Or their movie versions of the characters. So that would more than likely include Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Cranky to an extent. And I think that's like the major characters, unless I missed anybody. So those would be the people I would want to like check the differences of and their origins. And I think the most interesting one in this case would be Peach. But there's a lot more questions there than answers, right? So I can only look at it from the perspective of the movie, but I'd love to cover it. The one issue that I have with it is I'd love to use clips from the movies, but I know that they're gonna like strike my video if I try. So I'm trying my best to like keep a nice little balance between not pissing off Nintendo and Illumination, but also putting out like a decently edited video, because I don't want to like have the same repeating images constantly. So I might take a different approach with that. We'll see how long that's going to be. Star Fox would be cool. Yeah, I'm really interested in them. Of course, Samus as well, like Samus and Ridley. I think like Samus has quite a bit of backstory that can be covered. I never played any Mario or Kirby games, but they seem fun. You got to. I would say if you have a Nintendo Switch, you should definitely try Super Mario Odyssey and Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, super fun. Amazing game. Awesome King, welcome to the stream. Let's see, who else am I missing? Ethereal Dragon, that's one of my mods there. So thank you, Ethereal, for pulling up all the time. And I know the bots are going to be pulling up very soon into the chat. So apologies in advance for that. I like your videos a lot. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Mari. I think I'm pronouncing it right. The Zelda series is going to be a long one too. Yeah, I know. I have no idea how I'm going to handle this Link video because there's so many different versions of Link. Should I like stack it all into one particular video, or should I stretch it out? I don't know. We'll find out. Working on that though. Anyway, so let's begin. I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. I've stalled enough. I know there's like a lot of streamers out there who are really good at stalling. I suck at it. All right, so I have my little pick me up here. Welcome, happy Friday, everybody. It's happy hour for me. I hope it's happy hour for everybody else. If you're of age, grab yourself a little beer, grab yourself a little snack, pull up, and let's dive into the IDW comic. If you're not, get your milk, get your soda, get your water. You should always stay hydrated. I'm not condoning any alcohol abuse whatsoever. But cheers to you guys, and let's get going. Did Gamma kill himself? I would think so, right? There's a lot of debate behind that, right? Whether the bird inside was Gamma actually commanding the robot to kill himself. I think it was honestly the robot at the end of the day that wanted to free the bird from within. I think a lot of people agree that that's what happened. So technically, to an extent, he did. White Claw Mango, right? Remember that when that was like the official sponsor of my the unofficial official sponsor. All right. Everybody, welcome to the Sonic IDW comic read-through. I'll catch up on the comics in a second. Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. There's a lot of people that complain about the idea of that. They're like, oh, well, how would that even work? It could work. Anything could work if it's done right. I wouldn't worry too much. Honestly, if there's a Smash Brothers movie, I would love it just for the sheer action and just having everybody in one space. It doesn't have to be like a Marvel Cinematic Universe, which everybody like feels is a sin. For any other like movie franchise, but it's Nintendo. Like most of the Nintendo stuff is connected in a sense anyway. Like, well, I don't know, Mario and DK, and I think they're gonna expand that world. I don't see like Samus could be on a different planet and Kirby could be on a different planet and things like that. They could make it work, and it's not gonna, like, if they do it right, which Nintendo seems to be all in on, you know, they could make a Smash Brothers movie and just call it a day. Like, it could work. They made a story in Super Smash Brothers Brawl, and even if I got that on the big screen, I'd be cool with it. So I think the people that are saying no, don't do this, y'all don't like fun. That's anyway, I'm just kidding. I don't know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Ethereal, it's your birthday? Hold on, where did I miss that? Happy early birthday. Where did you say that? Zay, welcome to the stream. I am age 40 in 11 days. Oh, okay, your birthday's in 11 days. Well, when it comes, I don't know if I'll be on stream that day. So I'll say, everybody give a quick happy birthday to our boy Ethereal Dragon. Where's my applause? There it is. Everybody give a round of applause to that, to Ethereal Dragon. His birthday is in 11 days. And I am Lost, longtime subscriber of the channel. Yeah. They're gonna do it. Too much money on the table not to do it. If they do a Smash Brothers movie, my dog Sonic has to be in it though. Come on, you gotta make a deal with Paramount, Nintendo, make it happen. If you got Sora into Smash Brothers, you can get Paramount to put Sonic into the Smash Brothers movie. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. All right, glad to have you guys here. I'm gonna get started with this particular comic. We are on Sonic the Hedgehog issue 13. I can't read already. I'm excited to get this going. Is there anything else I need to talk about? I think we're all set. Okay, so we're going to be introduced to two new characters, Rough and Tumble. Wait, no, we've met them before. Never mind. I'm going crazy. But right now we're at an issue where the Battle for Angel Island arc is complete. So if you guys missed those two videos, I have a playlist where you can go back and check them out. But you haven't missed too much. Essentially, this comic takes place after Sonic Forces, and it has, you know, Tails and Sonic and all the other people coming together to help the world restore after Eggman like completely fucked it up in that game. So what we saw in the beginning was Eggman, who lost his memory and became a doctor known as Dr. or Mr. Tinker, I should say. And he had a good heart at this point, and he was actually trying to help all these villages and be a better person, which was a point of contention between the Sonic cast. But at some point in time, they found out that there's other things happening in the world where it seems like Eggman is still in control, but we find out that Metal Sonic was the one that was actually in control and trying to take over and bring back Eggman onto the side of evil. So the whole first arc is them dealing with Metal Sonic and putting him out of commission. So once that situation was dealt with, we are now here, and this is what happened. So, oh yeah, and I really love this cover because it kind of is like, this reminds me of like a fighting game screen, like this old Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom. That's what it reminds me of. Marvel vs. Capcom. It looks set up like that, and there's a very cute image of Sonic and Tails mocking Rough and Tumble, who are pretty much the dunderheads of this particular comic. But that all changed when the Dr. Starlight attacked. Yeah, like that. We'll get to him in a second. So I'll just get started and begin my read here. What happened to guided mode though? There we go. Okay, cool. So this comic, and normally when I get started with the issues, I'll talk about who's involved. So right now this is written by Ian Flynn. If you guys aren't familiar with Ian Flynn, he is the main writing chops behind Sonic Frontiers. Even though Sega kind of wrote the plot lines, he filled in the gaps with character interactions and things like that as far as he's aware. So, and when it comes to Sonic lore, I think he's the one that they're consulting with these days to keep everything uniform and neat and tidy. The art is by Adam Bryce Thomas. So we're gonna see these names quite a few times as we get through these chapters. Alrighty, let's move along. I am in guided mode, right? Okay, yes I am. All right, let's do it. So previously, excuse I'm gonna use my effects to kind of get my voice ready. It's been a while, so I gotta make sure that I give these voices some justice. So here we go. Oh yes, yes indeed. I've suffered quite the indignity during my last setback. Now the world will be made to suffer in return. And I'm not doing a Mike Pollock impression, but I'll get better as I keep going, so don't worry. You've made lifelong enemies of... Why is it not zooming in? Rough and Tumble. But I'm sure it's okay. This isn't Dr. Eggman. Okay, yeah, so they're kind of recapping what I said, so I'm not going to go over that. Let's just get into the story. All right, so in this particular issue, we're going to have Sonic the Hedgehog, Miles Tails Prower, Rough the Skunk, Tumble the Skunk, and Dr. Eggman with Dr. Starline, the new Doctor Villain or whatever. I don't know what to call him. I think he's a duck. There's a lot of fans of this character, so we'll see more of him going forward. All right, we see Sonic resting on the beach. Welcome, Sonic. Let's give a round of applause for our boy here. All right. Hey there, taking a rest? That's cool. Pretty much what I'm doing too. It's been wild these past few days. As much as I like adventure, I like kicking back afterwards. Everyone else, not so much. So as we see, Sonic is once again on vacation. Amy's gone right back to helping others. She's part of something. They're called the Restoration. Oh, there's a lot of fans of this sheep character over here on the right. So we're gonna be seeing more of this character, but bro, the things I've seen on Twitter about this particular character. Oh man. Otis, what's good, bro? Welcome. All right, so we see Amy taking charge here as well with the whole restoration bit. So in Sonic Forces, the whole resistance was led by Knuckles in Sonic's absence. But as time went on and they actually defeated Eggman, this restoration thing is there to help people back on their feet and make sure that, you know, the world is back in order after Eggman's takeover. So Amy has taken control as the main administrator and leader for this restoration movement. Lanolin is her name. Yes, they actually gave her a name, but we'll see more of her in a second. Her design has changed like slightly as time has gone by too, but I like her so far. Okay, Knuckles is back on Angel Island guarding the Master Emerald. Finally, after all these years, though I think that joke's kind of dated after Sonic Frontiers, but you know, I honestly think that this comic influenced Sonic Frontiers, or like the main story bits for it, quite a bit. And I believe all of this is canon now. I don't know, arguably, we'll find out at some point. Silver is out searching for some looming doom threatening the future. So Silver is a character I want to make a video on too. I don't know if you guys saw my post regarding that, but definitely want to move and do that at some point. When the time is right, Silver will get his own video. And Tails is keeping busy with one of his bajillion projects. I told them they could relax. Eggman has retired. Metal Sonic is de-weaponized and everything is cool. When I'm telling people to slow down, you know something is wrong. Haha! And you're here talking to a bird that does not give a fuck. Look at that face. That bird's like, nah, bro. I'm just here like, cause you have birdseed beside you. Sonic, I think something's wrong. Welcome Tails, everybody. Jinxed it. This bird is like destroyed. Okay, take a look at this. You're cordially invited to a welcome back party in Windmill Village to celebrate the return of the world's most brilliant doctor. Oh, it's an invite from Eggman. I think that's like a Sonic Heroes callback as well, because that's how that game started as well, or similarly. Where did this come from? It just appeared in my workshop. It's pretty spooky, honestly. The wording doesn't sit well with me either. This sounds really like Eggman. And I think he's kind of referencing the idea that before Metal Sonic was kind of posing as Eggman, even though it wasn't Eggman. So I think he's making a reference to that earlier in the comic series. But he's gone sort of, right? You and the Chaotix confirmed he'd lost his memory and become a kindly mechanic. Yep, Mr. Tinker. So at this point, they don't know that Eggman's memory is back. That's kind of where we left off in the last issue. So he's no longer Mr. Tinker, and that good-hearted part of him is gone now. So he's back to the regular psychotic Dr. Eggman. And yeah, Sonic does look so done. It's just like, I'm just trying to chill, man. It's been a long few months, bruv. So did he recover, or did he manage to fool all of us? Maybe there's another angle. And worst of all, will Shadow get to say, I told you so? So that's kind of the conflict I was talking about earlier, right? Shadow was more no nonsense in the situation with Mr. Tinker. They're saying that, and it does bring up a nice little ethical argument, right? I think, in my opinion, if there's like a mass murderer out there, this psychotic person that ruins people's lives and they suddenly lost their memory and they become a good person and want to do better, I still think that they should be in jail or do time for the crimes that they committed, despite not knowing exactly who they are, in my opinion. But for this particular instance, Sonic said that, you know, as long as Eggman is helping people and doing good in this new alter ego as Mr. Tinker, there's no point in taking him in. Shadow has a different idea, and I think Shadow and I agree, right? He's like, this no nonsense. It's like, now's the time that we put him down and like put him in jail or whatever, because all of the crimes he's committed, you know, like, Sonic, how could you support this? So that's what he's referring to here. Frost Miss Dow, I think that's it. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Where am I reading this? So this is straight from Amazon. So all of this stuff is comics that I've subscribed to. So I still pay for this for these comics every month. This release is monthly, so I am able to access it here. This is the Kindle desktop app, and it is not the best app whatsoever, but I think this is the most official legal way for me to read this with the highest quality. So that's kind of why it has that whole guided view and stuff like that. I'm sure there's sites out there that probably do this a lot better, but Amazon doesn't seem to want to update their Kindle app. They want you to buy a Kindle, bruh. So, but yeah, that's where I'm reading it if you're curious. Okay, this could be serious. Let's look into it right away. And you left Mr. Tinker in Windmill Village, right? Right. Come on, buddy, race you there. pretending they're in a level right now, you know? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Sonic R's soundtrack slaps, bro. Meanwhile. Wait. Let me start adding some sound effects. Let's do this. Meanwhile,
in a secret laboratory.
Getting fresh data sets. Going to conquer the world. I don't know what song he's singing, but you know, I'm trying my best. My guy's freestyling here. I forgot the voice that I gave Dr. Starline. All right, let's go with this one. Sonic has been baited as per your instructions, Doctor. Ha! Excellent. Did we have to be so overt? An ambush alone would have been sufficient. You said we should mess with his head. Knowing I'm back and up to something will do just that. So now we see these two doctors working together. Clearly, Eggman is gonna be using Starline. That's not a spoiler, like, because that's just how Eggman works. As far as I know, Eggman doesn't team up with anybody. He always has to be in control. So Dr. Starline is like an Eggman fanatic. He's a little fanboy that wants to do evil things because he looks up to Dr. Eggman. So that's kind of the introduction for that character. So let's give both of them a quick round of applause. Welcome to the comic. I wanted a global proclamation. This is subtle for me. Of course, sir. I don't mean to second guess you. Is that? Yes. Test 1. So now we're starting to test what? What is it they're testing? What is this disgusting goop? What is that disgusting goop on that flower right there? We're gonna find out in a couple of issues, or maybe this one. All right, so as you guys see, it has turned the flower into a completely metallic flower. I think this is a reference to Sonic CD as well. If you guys go into the bad future sections of Sonic CD, you'll see that they are like metallic, and it shows that I almost said Mega Man. Eggman has taken over. Origins of Mega Man. I'm gonna do that video at some point too. That's a character I want to look into. Mio Kone, welcome to the stream. Everybody give her a round of applause. All right, let's continue. Marvelous. Total and instantaneous transmutation. Some big words. Of the active plant tissue, yes, but not the processed wood. I need more data. Bring me the animals. Bum, bum, bum. So, Eggman is now going into his next testing phase for whatever the hell we just saw a second ago. So this is getting into the whole zombie arc, as I've explained in this thumbnail. So we're gonna see how he does that. I'm right, it is a Sonic CD, perfect. So, see, I know my Sonic. Your boy knows his Sonic. Nothing is on fire or in a robot. That's a good sign. In fact, there isn't a sign of anyone, which isn't, you know, a bad sign. Did Eggman kidnap everyone in town without causing property damage? Nah, not his style. And I love how like, Sonic and Eggman are made for each other. I'll just leave it at that. I've spoken about this in like previous streams as well. I think they're like the perfect hero and nemesis relationship when it comes to like video games, at least. Like they're so adversarial to one another, but like in a competition type of way. And I just love how that works, you know? And I think it's only gotten better over time. All right, I don't know if this is what voice to give this person, so I'll give him a neutral one. Hello. Wait, let's give it a robotic voice first.
Hello, is someone there? Please help.
Elder Scruffy, are you okay? Okay, it's an old person. Look, so they strung him up and put pinata on there. Oh, thank goodness. I gotta do the old person voice.
Thank goodness you boys showed up. Please help us.
Of course, what happened to you?
I'll be fine. It's the rest of the town.
First,
those thugs kidnapped Mr. Tinker, and then they returned and locked everyone in the community center. I need my asthma medication immediately. My blood pressure is high, Sonic. Please hurry. Get my medication before you help everybody else.
Yes, it wasn't all a ruse. Wait, back up. How long ago did Mr. Tinker get grabbed?
At least a week. Nobody could find you to tell you.
I've been busy lately. So what they're referring to is his fight against Metal Sonic, but I would like to think that he's just been hiding out on the beach this whole time. Otis, what's good, man? I saw you earlier, but what is good? I have to officially say what's up. Everyone give Otis Small a round of applause. Longtime watcher of my streams. I think it's like old guy voice sounds so provocative. I always like to make them sound somewhat creepy. Like perverted. I don't know why it comes across that way, but it just does. You said the same guys who attacked the village kidnapped Mr. Tinker?
Yes, I've never seen them before recently. I'm sure they're lurking around here still.
Did you get a good look at them? Maybe hear their names? Oh, we'll tell ya. Oh, what? It's them. Prepare to get wrecked. Prepare to get pummeled. It's payback time for Rough and Tumble. Hey, Rough and Tumble. Round of applause for them. Did they just try to rhyme pummel with tumble? It's a thing they do. These are the mooks Nux and I tangled with in Barricade Town. Shout out to Sonic the Hedgehog Volume 1. I wish someone would make an animation for these voices. I should do a dub one of these days. I should like, if I put my mind to it, I could probably do one of these like characters. Just straight up. I don't know. Like I'd pick like maybe a Sonic or a Knuckles first. I could do a Jamaican Knuckles. That'd be great. I don't remember you saying they had those weird weapons. Nah, but it doesn't make a difference. You help the elders save the villagers. I've got this. Are you sure? Positive. Don't act like we're nothing. You won cause you mopped us with wisps. Where's the other guy? Wait, I'm giving them the wrong voices. Don't act like we're nothing. You only won because you mobbed us with whips. Where's the other guy? I want to tie his dreadlocks into a knot. Now, which one is Rough and which one is Tumble? I believe this is Rough and this is Tumble. It's hard to tell because they always say their names together. Knuckles has better things to do than tutor you in humility. Now, I've got some questions for you. Where's Eggman? And now we begin our fight. Was he the one to bust you out of jail? No, not that we needed the help. Then who? Yow! Thump! There's those sound effects there, of course. This isn't adding up. You two aren't smart enough combined to build gear like that, and you aren't subtle enough to drop off a cryptic letter. I'll leave this mystery business to the Chaotix. Why don't you save me a trip and just tell me what I want to know? He's about to pull a Batman on him and interrogate the hell out of them. Maria, welcome to the stream. Everybody welcome Maria. Maria! Welcome. Tie his dreadlocks in a knot is crazy. I think that was like quite the quite the image there, right? Cheers to you, Maria. Thanks for joining the stream. If you can beat us, maybe we'll tattle. Don't barter with him. Crush him. All right, so now we're into a beautiful fight here.
It's all right, everyone. Sonic and Tails has come to save us.
Swing and a miss. Wait. Who's saying this? I think this is weird because it's like aiming down.
You're all...
Wait, wrong person. You're all better off in here until the fight is done. Take cover and keep your heads down. Oh, all right then. Test 2. Commencing with vertebrae specimens. What is going on here? I don't know, man. I've been on the internet too long for me to look at this with a straight face, bro. You couldn't pick another color like purple or something like that? Oh god, why you gotta do it to that bunny like that? Stagafuliza. All right, let's move on. That sludge is definitely sus. Just like before, full saturation leads to immediate transmutation. Initiating test 3. So as you can see, they dropped the sludge on him, and now he's an evil metal rabbit. What's going on here? Pocky, grab the picky. Ree! Good. Now back off. It worked. The infection transferred immediately. But the rate that it's spreading is considerably slower. Oh, the subject shows aggressive tendencies without direction? That's a bonus. Let's keep up the pace. Moving on to test 4. Moving samples into position. So the thing about this actually too is you see Eggman engineering a virus, which I don't think has ever been done in a game setting before. So this is like pretty much a totally brand new plan for Eggman. I remember when I first read this, I really enjoyed this concept because it shows like the behind the scenes of Eggman preparing a plan, which we don't get of a lot in the games. Like most of the time he just starts the plan. So we get to see Eggman, like how he workshops these things. And this is not the only time that we'll see this in this comic, but I just want to point that out. This is actually pretty damn cool. And the whole testing part. Awesome King saying my favorite fighter, King of Fighters, Capcom. Oh, my favorite fighter is King of Fighters, Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2, Guilty Gear, Soul Calibur 6, Dead or Alive, and Virtual Fighters, and Capcom versus Marvel 2 and 3, and Blaze Blue. I remember the first Blaze Blue, I think, is Calamity Trigger. Is that the name of it? I remember when I bought that, I was new to, like, I didn't play a lot of Guilty Gear unless I was in the arcade. And freaking Blaze Blue blew my mind. The mechanics were like so intense for me. I'm just like, I have to figure out how to play this. And I would get into the story mode and it was like a total visual novel. Blaze Blue was so intense for me, but I remember I was getting better at it. I think I played as, what's his name? Carl? Is Carl the one with the puppet? I tried so hard to get good with him, but I just couldn't do it. But I love that game so much. Any game from Arc Systems is amazing. I think their most accessible one though is Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I think it's Fighter Z, or is it Fighters? What did we agree on was the name of that game? But yeah, definitely some good fighters there. I think my favorite of all time though would have to be Tekken 6, because I have so many good memories of that game in college. And then a second would be Super Street Fighter 4, because I remember I played the original Street Fighter 4 and I'm like, oh, this is decent, but it was Super Street Fighter 4 that really got me into like learning fighting mechanics and all that. Just want to put that out there. If anybody is interested in fighting games, maybe one day I'll go down those rabbit holes and check out some of those characters. Like the lore with Street Fighter is so long and it never like ties up in any type of way. I definitely don't think it's tying up in Street Fighter 6 because they look like they're taking a whole new direction with it. But I'm excited to play it. Like it's like a Street Fighter 6 is like a mix between Fatal Fury and, am I thinking Fatal Fury or Final Fight? One or the other. And then like Street Fighter traditionally. So I'm excited for that game. Oh yes, do lore for Street Fighter. Okay, cool. That goes on my list as well. Basically, I have a series that can go on forever, but I want to do some other content as well. So I'm looking actually to see if I can get an editor to help me with like different content to put in between Origin Oracles. And then of course I will edit Origin Oracle. That's going to be my personal project from now on. You know, like I'm doing this as a one-man show, so I'm editing everything that you see on the channel right now. But in the future, I want to do other segments similar to that. Like, you know, just have you guys Origin Oracle, maybe like a timeline video for all of these series as well. Or, you know, more like short form content, which not like shorts, but you get my point. And do like more vlogging and news sessions and things like that. So I'm looking to expand a little bit. It's just very hard to find good editors out there. And that's the thing. And I'm very particular about the stuff that I put out. And I'm sure you guys have seen other creators talk about that conundrum of like getting an editor. If you're doing a podcast or a vlog, it's one thing because it's pretty easy to shave those down. But the way like I have my content set up, it's very difficult to like outsource that. You know what I mean? So I'm still working on that. Been working on that for like over a year now, but still haven't really found anyone to take up the mantle there. But you know, we'll do it. By any chance, do I have a Discord? Yeah, by the way, so if you guys haven't joined my Discord, I have links to that in the description below. So I guess I'll use the time to say, you know, thank you guys for joining. If you like the stream, go ahead and give it a like. It does help promote it a little bit. But if you guys want to join the Discord, check the description below. I have a link to that and my Twitter as well. Help me get some Twitter clout out there. It's ever since Musk took over, it's even harder to get Twitter clout now. You know, I remember all the big creators, once they got Twitter clout, they can post things and like, that's everything. That's all what's in everybody's feed. So help me get to that point. I'm trying to get this Twitter clout after all these years. But yeah, go ahead and check it out below. We have a decently active community, but I'm always welcome to more people joining. I want to like revamp it a little bit too. So I'm thinking of ways to do that. But go ahead and check it out. We have some good content in there so far. All right, they do jump around the timeline in Street Fighter. Yeah, I knew about that. I think is 3 still the furthest in the timeline, or is it 6 now? I have no idea. I'm gonna continue this though. We gotta finish at least one issue. Your boy gets sidetracked so easily. Okay, I'll catch up to the chat once I'm done with this issue. Now then, my little woodland varmint, I want you to pick up this flower and come get the flower. Come on.
You can do it.
Grab it or let the Pocky get you. Eep! There we go. Now touch the flower to each of those samples. What is this touching? Why is there a little... Oh, it's like an olive. Is this a sandwich? Okay, so the first thing it's touching seems to be a ball, or is this a bomb or something? And the second is a sandwich with a little olive and a sword through the top. Like, I love the attention to detail there. The sandwiches thing too is a reference to Sonic Unleashed. Like, for some reason, Eggman is like chomping down on this like amazing looking sandwich, and I think they were like, let me see if I can pull that up. I think they were flexing that time around. Sonic Unleashed Eggman sandwich. I remember back in the day, this sandwich looked freaking amazing, bro. Whip out the sandwich, bro. There it is. Look how good that looks. They were definitely flexing with the graphics on this one. Oh man, that's massive. All right. I need a sandwich maker machine like that from Eggman. Okay. Let's see. The first thing looked like a rock. I think this one was a rock. Let me go back. Oh wait, I think it messed up a little bit. I need to move forward here. Yeah, so this one's definitely a rock. Okay. I don't see any signs of infection, sir. Oh, the first thing is a motobug. Good call. I think it's easier to see if I saw the whole page. Yeah, see, that's a better shot of it. So it's kind of like guiding us through it. But I figure it's easier to read in guided mode, so. All right, let's catch up here. No, but it did pass from flora to fauna. That's test 5 complete. My metal virus is a complete success. Even with the slightest exposure, my synthetic concoction spreads across organic tissue, converting it into my robotic slave. It's an army that builds itself. Inorganic or processed material remains inert, meaning my infrastructure is safe from infection or corruption. I am a genius. I'm so happy to have been a part of this. I never dreamed I'd be so honored when I was searching for you. How did you find me? Metal Sonic had half of my empire scouring the globe. He sent search... Wait, sorry, wrong voice. He sent search parties of batniks. That's a finite number of sensors over a limited range, all of which takes times. Is that a typo? All of which takes times? I had the warp topaz. With a modest charge, I could open windows to the world in an instant. I looked farther and further in, hours than the badniks could do in a day. So this warp topaz is gonna be another mystical jewel introduced in these comics. So we get to see a little bit more about what this does later on, but just know that Starline can kind of teleport or look into like different pockets and windows of different parts of the world. And I think dimensions at some point, but we'll see further down the line. It's been a while since I've read this. When did you sleep? Sleep is for the weak. I made myself quite ill, but it was worth it to find you. My guy like worked all day, bro, to find Eggman. That was his goal, and he stuck to it. Everybody should be more like Starline out there. Team no sleep. I'm just kidding. Get your rest out there. Otherwise, you're gonna be like stressed out like me with bags under your eyes. I'm so glad you think so. Can you zoom in? I want to see Sonic getting his teeth kicked in. By your command, Doctor. Clud. Oh yeah, Sonic is getting wrecked. Ha ha ha! I can't miss! Clap. Hey, is Tails jumping into the action? The villagers are safe. How are you doing? I've had chili dogs hit my guts harder. Hey, what is going on? Bro. Pause. I'm just kidding. I'm not a big chili dog fan, by the way. There's a lot of people who are like coming at me for the chili dog recipe that I used in my Why Does Sonic Like Chili Dogs? And yeah, in the comment section, people are like, oh my god, don't cook it like this. Literally, I just grabbed a recipe and made it how those people made it. So I've included the recipe in the description. I am not a fan of chili dogs whatsoever. I even prefaced the video with that. So like when I made it, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna make something that is edible on my side and stuff like that, and just kind of keep it keep it 100. Like, this is a recipe that I found online. So the amount of people that were offended by what I made, it didn't taste bad at all, but it's not like, you know, your traditional chili dog. It's just, chili dogs aren't really my thing. But hey, if you guys want to check out that video, I think it's pretty intensive history about Sonic's relationship with chili dogs. That's basically it. All right, let's keep it going. Yikes. Okay, so it was a big chili dog. Sonic with the jokes. Who asked you to butt in, kid? Why are you even here? Cause when the day needs saving, one team never fails. You're about to get busted by Sonic and Tails. Oh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout out to one of the best duos out there in video game history, bruh. This relationship does not get enough credit in the grand scheme of things. I'm looking forward to seeing a tighter relationship between these two in the upcoming Sonic movie. I hope they go all in on that, or just like kind of like a key part of the movies. You could argue that Sonic 2 was that, like it's kind of establishing their friendship, but I want more Tails spotlight in the next movie. Even though like Shadow's going to be introduced and all that stuff, I think there's an opportunity for Tails to take some of the spotlight this time around. Zombie Souffle, you love chili dogs? Maybe I gotta give it another try, like a legit try. People were like, you should just buy hot dog buns and Hormel and call it a day, which for the sake of the video, that's boring as fuck. So that's why I didn't do it. I made it handmade. All right, let's go. That's our thing. Stop stealing our thing. Dibs on the runt. I lose my tail, but you get two? All right, now we're scrapping. Let's go. What I do like about the IDW comic is that their action scenes are very well drawn. And there's a couple artists in touch. My guy Jonathan, it's mom, send me money for Mother's Day. That's funny, bro. I just got your text. I'll be on stream for a few hours, but I am free later tonight. Grace Kim, holy cow, it's the IDW comics. Yeah, we're going through the Metal Virus Saga, so this is where we are right now. Zelda games and Switch games in general are expensive, so I can't get anything new. Bro, the audacity of Nintendo selling Tears of the Kingdom for $70. I hope you guys know that's the standard right now. That's what's going on. Like, it's gonna be $70 from this point on for all your games. I think that's the takeover now. Sony started it, Nintendo's picking it up now, and people are buying this. People are buying this game in droves. So expect $70 to be the new norm. Unfortunately, I'm not rooting for that, but that's basically what's gonna happen here. I've also your mom giving me money too. By the way, what are you people doing for Mother's Day? Are you gonna take care of your mothers out there? Make sure you get some flowers at least. You know, take them out to dinner. Or get a breakfast in bed. Do something nice for your mothers out there for Mother's Day. I won't be around my mom this year, but I might send a nice gift. I'm still brainstorming on that. You know when you have parents that are just hard to shop for? I don't know if anybody else in the chat deals with this issue. Like, you can never think of what they could possibly want, and you don't want to buy them useless stuff either that you just see abandoned the next year. So like every year for like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, birthdays, I'm always struggling, bro. Like I always have to brainstorm and try to figure out what exactly it is I need to send, but hopefully you guys have a better time than I do with the gift decisions. All right, so the action continues. $70. It's probably worse in pounds then. Oh yeah, I feel bad for Europe and Australia sometimes. You guys get the short end of the stick when it comes to games and like consoles. It's always expensive. Oh, in Latin America, I think the console prices are even worse. I forget what the Brazil prices were. I'm not sure if they slimmed them down, but I remember it used to be up like, it was like $700 or some ridiculous thing like that. Mother's Day was March for you, so you guys have fun though. Okay, cool. Is that a UK thing? Is it Mother's Day on a different day in UK? That's strange. I never really actually looked into that. I never knew that. Funny enough. Okay. So now they're fighting. Ugh, want to split up? You want rough or yes? Okay. Tails is definitely against rough here. Hey, a tall, dark, and gruesome. Let's play tag. You're it. Ugh. Such witty banter. Come on, move those stubby legs. And here's Tails getting folded. You're not out of the woods yet, Junior. I've got a present for you, straight from me to you. Nya-ha-ha. You guys have Black History Month early in the year. We do it in October. Well, hey, at least in the UK, Black History Month gets the full month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we get 28 days out here. 29 if it's a leap year, which I forgot when the last leap year was. All right, so Tails. Oh, so I think this is a Sonic Battle reference. No. What did he throw exactly? Oh, okay. It's like some sort of bomb outside the back of his tail. And Tails is just whipping it right back at him. Oh, it's poison. Ah! No fair! No fair! Ah! I'd like to think his eyes are like melting away. Okay. So Starline and Eggman are clearly disappointed here. Such a waste of perfectly good vapor condenser. Shall we move on to test 6? There is no test 6. Surely you jest. Our data sample is minuscule. The metal virus works, Starline. It's time to move to the next phase of my master plan. I always love Eggman's art when he's in like a shadowy environment like this. They do this a lot in the games too, like in particular games. I forget which ones. I can't name them offhand. But I love this shot, like when it's the glasses that kind of glow where his eyes and teeth are the ones glowing. Orange Toad Gamer saying W reading. Thanks. I gotta put my all into it, bro. I never said it was gonna be quality. But wait. I never said it was gonna be like the best. But I gotta put my quality voice into all of that stuff. Grace Kim saying, I unfortunately can't stick around for long because time zone, but I'm glad I caught this briefly. No worries. I'll be here for a few more issues. And then if you guys like this enough, I'll continue it next Friday in between edits and stuff like that. I always want to keep these streams relatively short and not go on too long. So that's why I want to get through these issues as quickly as possible. Good night. Take care. Magalore Memes, by the way, welcome back. I remember you. It kind of annoys me how Starline is supposed to be a platypus, but doesn't have a platypus tail. Yeah, it's weird. He has like this little stubby tail down there. I always call him a duck for some reason, but then I remember he's a platypus. But if they gave him a platypus tail, it'd be more obvious to me. That's probably why. I should seriously try voice acting. People have said that to me in the past. If anybody has like some minor work for me, I don't mind doing it. I'll do it for minimum wage. How about that? Actually, no. If it's a community thing, I'll do it for free. Like, if it's not like a huge role, or if it's a project that I like, I wouldn't mind doing that. But there's some people out there that put out, like, I'm not knocking people and the quality of the work they put out, but I don't want to be like in somebody's, you know, 3rd grade school project. Not that. Something like more professional in a sense. But I do encourage everyone to continue doing fan projects. Don't that's not me trying to discourage anybody, but as you work on things, quality gets better. But you know, it would depend on the project. I'll probably be picky, but I would definitely want to jump in on some voice acting. I wouldn't mind that. But what if? Who's the evil mastermind here? You are, sir. You're darn skippy. Now keep an eye on the cannon fodder while I work on the next step. These poor flickies, man. Look at this. This poor thing. 1 2 1 2. Hustle, buddy. Do you ever shut up? Nah, it's part of my charm. Oh, give it to him. This is a long fight, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. The issue seems longer because I'm going like square by square. And now, that's not fair. I had a tail again. The length, the heft, I had it all back. What is he talking about? I think we'll figure this out now. Sorry, I'm asking questions like in my own head and I'm saying it out loud. Okay, man, it's over. Let's go. Heartless. You're just heartless. All I ever wanted to do was cave your head in. And just like that, my sympathy is spent. So it looks like his tail is gone. I think he had Eggman put like the synthetic one on him, which is what we saw with the other one as well. All good, Tails? Yep, gave him a taste of his own medicine and smashed his launcher. Gah. Ugh. Blech. Deal's a deal, remember? You're beat, so tell me what you did with Dr. Eggman. Don't you mean Mr. Tinker? Don't get smart with me. You're no good at it. Fine. You want to know so bad? We... R.I.P. Just found out the voice actor for SpongeBob was the same one for the mayor in Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, so SpongeBob is voiced by Tom Kenny, who is actually a very talented guy. He's been in a lot of roles. I can't name a lot of them off my head, but like now whenever I hear him, I know it's him. So Tom Kenny's been in this business for quite a while, but it does make sense that he's the mayor. It never clicked on me before either. But shout out to him. He's very talented. The only thing I like about Sonic is the music. It's nice. You gotta get into the series, you know, like Sonic has some good stuff going for it, especially if you're like, you know, if you ignore the games and stuff. Like I think all the classic games are really good. If you get Sonic Origins, it's all of them in one package. But then there's like some good 3D ones as well. And I think Sonic Frontiers, I really enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's the best game or my game of the year, but I think it was like a solid, like overall as a game, it's a solid 7.5. But as a Sonic fan, it was a solid 8 for me, just because, you know, I love how they're moving forward with the series, and hopefully they really expand on that formula. Tom was Spyro. That's right. Tom was also Spyro. Flickies need to evolve to get revenge on Eggman. Bro, I would love to see like Flickies. I think they were trying to reintroduce Flickies in Sonic Lost World, and that never really happened. So now we just see them kind of littered about from time to time. But I don't even know if Eggman makes robots powered by Flickies anymore. I think he stopped doing that. I've basically been a Sonic fan since I was 8, but looking back, I never really played much games because it's just, he's so prominent in other things like comics, toys, movies at this point now, TV shows. So there's a lot of entry points, you know, and I think that's kind of Sega's goal at this point. What the heck was that? Some kind of localized wormhole? And I found that a lot of people who don't play Sonic games are actually very interested in these characters as a whole. Like they're wondering what makes them tick. Like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Like doing deep dives into these characters is kind of what made my channel get a lot bigger. Even though the Mario stuff has taken it to another level, like people are very interested in the origin of these characters. So like doing those episodes and those videos was quite the thrill. And I go back to them now and I've realized that the format that I've created is so much better, but I still recommend it. They still hold up pretty well. But back in the day, I was like experimenting with it a little bit. And I'm pretty sure like later down the line, I'd probably want to redo those videos, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. I'm not at that stage yet though. So he's back, isn't he? I mean, those guys kidnapped Mr. Tinker and then they show up with that tech. Yeah, but who sprung them out of jail? Who told them where Mr. Tinker was? We're missing half of the pieces of the puzzle. Like, what if everybody else is involved? Maybe someone is using the old man, making him think he's building, I don't know, toys or something. That's a good guess, Sonic, but he's back. Come on, Sonic. I know, I really hope it's not the obvious. I'll see if Silver found something. You coming? You go. The village sustained some nasty damage. I'll help clean up, then come find you. Okay, see you later. A weird random attack. Tails and I get separated. This is feeling a lot like how things started with Neo Metal Sonic. I actually really like this shot of Sonic too. Like, I don't know where I've seen this type of art style before, but where he's like very pointy. I think maybe I'm thinking of like a fan game or a fan art, but I always love this art style where it's like like very angular, for lack of a better word. I'm not gonna second guess Tails this time though. I'm gonna get this figured out fast. Tinker, Eggman, whoever you are now, I'm gonna find you. Your plan isn't gonna get off the ground. All right, and I think that, okay, there's a little bit more. You've got to give us another shot, Doc. We came so close. New tail. New tail. Oh, what's the matter, Metal Sonic? Feeling like you're being overlooked? You've had your turn. Metal Sonic wants that revenge already. I love Metal Sonic in the comics, by the way. He's no nonsense. Ha ha ha, delightful. If I may be so bold, sir, I share Metal Sonic's enthusiasm. Oh? Please let me take the next shot at Sonic. I know exactly how to strike at him. Next time, we have Sonic and Dr. Starline. So we're still getting in the setup for the Metal Virus arc. So I'm gonna go back and get to the next issue. Issue 14. So I definitely want to keep reading until we see the Zombots come in, and I'm not gonna spoil what those are. But if you guys saw the thumbnail, basically, it's gonna get pretty real here. It reminds me of Sonic Battle. Yes, so kind of like that art style back in the day. Sonic Battle. Yeah, if you guys see this art style, I always loved this art style. I'm not sure who did it, but this is kind of like the character profiles that happened in Sonic Battle. So it's like a little bit more angular, and like the edges are highlighted a little bit more to give it more of like a pizzazz. Sonic Battle definitely needs some type of follow-up. I want some type of Sonic fighting game, not fan game. Some type of Sonic fighting game, because I think there's so many characters to work with. I've been saying this for years. I think Sega should approach Arc Systems or one of those guys and have them get it done, because every character is so unique. There's so many different things they could do with them, and they don't need like an official story or anything. Just have them get each other into like the ring and just beat each other's ass. Like, I would love to see that. I think Sonic Battle was quite the fun game for its time, even though I don't think it's aged very well, because like they're trying to get a 3D plane onto like the Game Boy Advance, and it's a little rough at times, but I think the moveset's definitely great. I missed that game quite a bit. Sonic the Fighters, that was already a game. Yeah, the first game, Sonic the Fighters, but I mean, it's been so long since Sonic the Fighters. So, and those characters, a lot of them are irrelevant right now, like Bark the Bean and, wait, Bark the Dynamite, or is it Bean the Dynamite? Bean the Dynamite, Bark the Duck, whatever their names are. You know what I'm talking about. We have so many more characters now, like they need to follow up with that. Sonic Smackdown is the closest thing to what you'd want, honestly. I did play that. I have a video from that a long time ago. Man, that video is like 2 years old now or something. That was definitely great. I think a lot of the fighting styles were based around existing fighters, because I believe Sonic was based around Chun-Li, and I think there was like a few others. Somebody was based around Akuma and stuff like that. But I'd say it's a free game, free fan game. Definitely go check out Sonic Smackdown if you guys are curious to what a Sonic game could look like. That is definitely it. Those guys are talented, whoever made that one. And I have a video covering that too if you guys want to check that out. It's way back in the day though. Luca Luches, thanks for the sub. Also Kenthis Targaryen, I'm not sure if you guys are in the stream, but welcome. Thanks for joining Team Mentalk. Fang the Sniper, Knack the Weasel, Bark the Polar Bear, Bean the Dynamite. Yes, those are the ones. I always get Bean the Dynamite. I always call it like Bark the Dynamite or something like that. I always mix them up in my head. All right, let me take a nice little swig. I hope everybody's enjoying the read through so far. I'm gonna try and gain some more ground on this. I got very sidetracked. Are they classic characters only now, like Mighty and Ray? Yeah, they're considered that. So they haven't been introduced in like this particular comic, but they have done like these 30th anniversary style comics with starting the classic characters, and they do reintroduce those characters in that classic world. So that's kind of where it is right now. I don't think we're gonna see modern versions of that. I think Iizuka, Takashi Iizuka seems pretty set on keeping them separate, if you get what I mean. So throw them back into the vault. All right, so Sonic IDW issue 14, written by Ian Flynn. So Ian is going to be writing these for a while, and then at some point he's going to step away. but I think it's at the end of the Metal Virus arc. I'm not sure if he comes back to write any of the IDW comics or if he's just an advisor, but I guess we'll see at a later date. Art is by Tracy Yardley. So you're gonna get familiar with these names because the art style is very distinct between some of these guys. But I'll give them credit every time we go through one of these issues. All right, roll call. We have Sonic the Hedgehog, Silver the Hedgehog, Dr. Eggman, Dr. Starline, and Metal Sonic.
Frozen Peak.
You're sure this is the way? This is where the guy told me to go. Try to match his voice as much as possible. I mean, I know this seems sketchy. Random guy appears, tells me about an Eggman base, and then vanishes, but nah, it's cool. It matches up with what Tails experienced the other day, and right now we need any lead we can get. Yo, look up ahead. Looks like they're clearing out the base. And it looks like my lead was right. Uh-huh. So when does this blow up in our faces? Seems like they're trying to get rid of the evidence. Let's hit them fast before they... What's going on? Oh, it's Metal Sonic. Oh, hey, Metal. Looks like you're fully prepared, huh? That's another thing. Sonic let Metal go in this arc for some reason. So now it's come back to bite him in the ass. Whoa! I feel like that panel fit. Silver, how do you let him do that to you, bro? You have telekinesis. You could have just grabbed him before he even did anything. So who fixed you up, Tinker or Eggman? Punch! My guy scraped out Sonic's fur. Like, look at this. Oh, right. You can't talk as plain old vanilla Metal Sonic. Was that the reason you went back to being Neo Metal Sonic? So you could speak? So you could do more than beep boop? Because this is a major downgrade. The shit talk right now. I mean, if the doc didn't want you getting distracted by battle banter, it didn't really work. Nice catch, Silver. You okay? I'll hold Metal. You go into the base and... VoIP? Okay, so this is what the Warp Topaz does. So as we introduce Starline as a villain here, we can see that his Warp Topaz can basically open portals. So my guy Starline is definitely thinking with portals. Gentlemen. What? That's the guy. That's my informant. Looks like he's controlling that wormhole. The same kind that grabbed Rough and Tumble. All right, I've got a bunch of questions and I'm willing to bet you're the answer to a lot of them. Very astute. I am Dr. Starline, and I am indeed the one behind your present concern. Sometimes I feel like I have dyslexia, but I'm not gonna diagnose myself. I've seen people with it, and it's probably worse than what I go through. And why is that? I wanted to meet you, experience you for myself. There's mild flirting going on here. Oh my god, a lot of people misread stuff. Yeah, I guess when you're doing it on the fly, it's kind of hard to get words together too. I feel like when I was in school, I was a much better reader. I think now I get so distracted that it's hard for me to focus on lines, and I want to skip through. Like I want to skim through it, and as I'm reading it out loud, I think my brain is trying to skim through it, which is why I jump over a lot of words. Starline is a fan for real. Yo, he's a little fanboy for Sonic and Eggman. He wants that. He wants that relationship.
You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuck.
All right, that's a banger song right there. The Blue Blur, hero across time and space. The only being alive to be able to stand up to the overwhelming might and brilliance of Dr. Eggman through sheer skill alone. Can I measure up? Can I complete my objective with you in my way? Everything about this encounter has been constructed to be the ultimate test of our abilities and willpower. He did not sound this creepy or crazy when I talked to him. I love Sonic's look here, like, bro, like you really got information from this man? Sonic's facial expressions, I love them. I'm a huge fan. I think like to this day, he's still my favorite Sonic character though. I don't know how people feel about, I think Sonic's number 1 in popularity. Arguably Sonic Shadow is number 2, but people have argued that maybe it's vice versa and Sega is just keeping it Sonic as number 1 just for the brand, but I don't know about that. I honestly think he has to be number 1. Let's see, I wish the classic characters would come back. The alternate universe thing came from time travel, which would mean the classic characters still exist in the modern world. Yeah, it's hard to figure out like when exactly the classic became modern, and I feel like Sega wanted to stop dealing with that, so they made it a separate thing. I'm curious to see where they're going with it. There's rumors that there's a Sonic 5 in the works, so we'll see. I don't know. That sounds interesting to me. A new 2D game, brand new. But you didn't hear it from me. That's just a rumor. At least you're giving me straight answers. I'll assume you busted Rough and Tumble out of jail with your sky holes. Hey, yo. So tell me this. What did you do with Mr. Tinker? That pale shadow of the Doctor no longer exists. I've seen to it that Dr. Eggman has been restored. The Metal Virus's progression is steady but slow. A self-recruiting army is a nice idea, but it won't spread far at this rate. Total saturation works fine, but there's no way I can soak the whole planet in my Metal Virus. I wonder if repeated exposure would accelerate things. So again, I want to say, I love how the comics, and to an extension, Sonic Frontiers, shows Eggman pondering how he gets these experiments done, right? So we see a lot more characterization with this and him exploring this whole Metal Virus, but in Sonic Frontiers, not with... Yeah, I guess it's not spoilers at this point, but if you do Big's fishing game in Sonic Frontiers, you get these egg scrolls, as they call them, right? And in there are little voice recording messages of what Eggman was doing leading up to the beginning of the game. And it does create this really cool backstory. I don't want to say backstory because we kind of know Eggman's backstory, but it gives a lot more perspective from Eggman's side of things. And he's very calm and collected in the actual scrolls themselves, and he's there pondering how to get these plans done. So he's up to no good, but we see other aspects and elements of Eggman that I adore in Sonic Frontiers. One of my favorite portrayals of Eggman to this day. So if you guys haven't tried it out, I would say give it the demo a shot, see if you enjoy it, because there's a lot of things to like about it, especially with the characters, and I think it's an extension of what we see in these particular comics. What's the end goal here? Why is he doing this? So your guess is as good as mine. Complete world domination. Oh yeah, see, that was answered there. Cassie, you answered that. But yeah, I think that's the goal at this point, but we do see the whole reason behind that explored later on. Like, he is checked on that, I think, by the other characters later on in this arc. Boop. Mwahaha. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, look, he's fishing them out. So I love this sadistic side of Eggman that's explored here too. We don't see a lot of that in game either. Also, Kenny, welcome to the stream. Everybody, welcome Kenny. How are things been going, man, since you decided to go full time with YouTube? I commend you for that. I'm still like struggling between day jobs and trying to get videos in order, but I'm somehow keeping the faith here. If you guys haven't checked out Kenny Lauderdale's channel, he's doing very well for himself over there, so shout out to my boy. But yeah, I wonder how things are going with that. Eureka! The greater the exposure, the more rapid the effect. A mob of my infected minions will be able to convert new victims in no time. All I need to do is administer the Metal Virus in a few locations, and the rest will take care of itself. Which means everything fits neatly into phase 2 of my brilliant... Eggman, we're tired of waiting. Ah, yes, you're still here. I love when they do the sagging the sagging mustache to fit his emotions in the time. The deal was we helped you get back and you help us waste Sonic. Your last set of weapons weren't good enough. We want what you owe us and we want it now. You're in luck. My latest weapon just got out of beta. Shout out to E101 Beta. That's not a reference at all, but that's what my brain put together. Kenny is definitely a legend. My guy has and is exploding, man. Like, I think you're almost at what, 300,000 subs at this point. That's good stuff, man. That's good traction for sure. He looked like Wario there. I'll give him that. Yes, definitely. Okay, let me move on. I'll get caught up in looking at these minor details this whole time. Difficult to get the traction in deep snow, isn't it? Hard to build up your trademark speed. If only you had a turbine instead of legs. Which he does, that's the joke. Sonic, move, I'll get him. He's too fast for you. He's too fast for you to focus on. I love that little explanation there. Then I won't grab him. More fighting going on. Haha, nice. Actually, I like the Sonic Silver team up here. I think there was an introduction comic for Silver within the comics, but now they're bringing him back in. So kind of what the formula is from the very beginning is that they'll introduce all of Sonic's friends and then they slowly kind of bring them into their own personal thing to give them screen time. But later on, we'll see entire comics starring that one character and not just Sonic. Sonic kind of takes a backseat every so often. But then, of course, there's some original characters within this comic that will get more screen time. Some of them I like, others are okay. Some of them I think get a little too much screen time for their own good, but we'll see that later on. I'll see what you guys think. Weapon upgraded to Chad Alpha, right? That was a high quality piece of Eggman technology. And it comes with a complimentary high quality butt kicking. This is actually damn cool. I like that warp topaz. Hopefully we see it in game one of these days. Maybe Sonic can get a hold of it. We can start using portals. All right, so they try to make it seem like Dr. Starline here is folding them, but give him some time. Oh no, it's no use. Yeah, Silver is still from the future in this. So basically the whole idea with Silver right now is that he is in his future, and anytime there's any type of issues in the future, he realizes he needs to come back to the past and take care of it. So that's when we see Silver brought back from the future at any time. But the only game he's been back in so far is Forces. We haven't seen him in Frontiers. So the whole Forces thing, I think he comes back because Eggman takes over the world, and I guess it's a bad future. So I don't know. That's kind of how timelines work in the Sonic series. I don't think there's much thought put into it. But yeah, he's back here now helping the restoration to help make a better future for his future. Welcome back. We're almost done here. Gotcha. Woo, thanks. If I remember correctly, I think in his time, telekinesis is a thing that a lot of people already have or have access to. If I remember how they introduced it in Sonic 06, they probably retconned that at this point, but maybe I'll learn more once I start, diving into Silver's origins in a video. You're welcome, but where are we now? Going by the slope of the peak, it looks like we're on the opposite side of the mountain. He must have scoured out the whole mountain beforehand. Scouted out. Grab on, I'll get us back there. Wouldn't it be faster if I flew us over? Nope, this is much faster. Much faster. Was Sonic saying that, or is that Silver? It looks like Silver's saying that. Okay. That was an odd exchange, but whatever. Is everything set up? Excellent. Thank you for keeping the Badnik caravan safe. You go first. I'll give them one last second to catch up. No? How disappointing. I think it was Silver that was saying that line. Okay. So Sonic, that's it. Game over, bro. You just got hit. Miss me? How? You were... My name is Sonic. I'm made of goes fast. Eggman, details, spill 'em. This is the interrogation part that they don't show in a lot of games, where Sonic holds people over over mountains, threatening to drop them to their deaths. Everything's been secured in the vault. Straight to the back wall. Access code 2662. I've got it. You just keep him down. I want to hear it from you, fanboy. Where is Eggman? What are you two planning? Eggman, he isn't here. He's planning something breathtaking. And I'm planning on planting explosives inside a vault, then giving your friend the detonation code. Silver, wait! Yo, look at these red bottoms that Dr. Starline has, bro. Look at this. Long heel, red bottoms. Okay. So he's running back into the base. Oh no, Sonic and Silver are dead. Woohoo! I did it! I can't believe it was that easy. How spectacular. I hope the doctor saw that. And he gets grabbed by his neck right back into Eggman's base. How dare you! But he's gone now. He can't get in the way of your plans. The hedgehog is mine to destroy. It's not the job of some upstart like you. I could carpet bomb him any day. That's not enough. That's not the point. I have to beat him. I have to prove I'm superior. There's a right and a wrong way to vanquish your lifelong nemesis, and you did it very, very wrong. And I love this too. I know this is kind of like a comedic moment, but at the same time, this is actually very cool of Eggman because we get to see why he dances around the point of just world domination so much. I mean, it's a good excuse actually to give an actual game instead of just having him blow up cities and stuff like that. Eggman likes the thrill of the competition and he wants to beat Sonic, you know, so there's situations where I think he could just end it, but I think it's part of the thrill of this. So this is a great thing that they explore within here. Eggman has actually carpet bombed Sonic before and it didn't work. What was that, Forces? Or is that Unleashed? The beginning of Unleashed, he's tried that as well. I don't know, there's a ton of, oh yeah, and Sonic 3 as well, like where he drops bombs on Angel Island. So technically, it wouldn't happen. Same motivation as Lex Luthor. When Superman died fighting Doomsday, he got really angry about it. And I honestly think that Ian Flynn, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes inspiration from those types of villains in those comics when he writes these arcs, because he's very well versed in things like Dragon Ball and you know, DC comics and Marvel comics. So Ian Flynn definitely knows what he's doing when he injects this type of personality into these characters. I'm sorry, sir. You shouldn't. You should be. Don't let it happen again. I can't. Lucky for you, Sonic is too tenacious to die because of your barbarism. Hit play on that YouTube button, bruv. Wow, way to go, Silver. That's 2 you owe me. Silver. What was all that you unloaded anyway? I haven't used that base in years. Everything in there was obsolete junk. Not to me, they're treasured collectibles of your legacy. Pfft, fine. So how did you like your first taste of battling that insufferable rodent? The experience has put a lot of things into a new perspective, sir. Later,
Restoration HQ.
And then the next thing I knew, I was waking up here. I guess Sonic brought me back. Yep, and I still owe you one though. Thank you for saving Sonic. Should I go all out with it?
Thank you for saving
Sonic. Now rest up. Let me know if you need anything.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'll be fine. Just a little dizzy. What is Bowser's excuse? I'm sure I covered that somehow in that Bowser video. I really don't feel like going through my memory banks to even provided that. I think Bowser's excuse is he just wants to marry Peach, bro, and Mario gets in his way every time. You know what I'm saying? That's the motivation. It's women. Cue the Peaches song.
No sign of this Starline guy.
Nope. His wormhole portal thingy was gone by the time we left. This is
bad. Eggman is back and he's gathering allies and we have no idea what his plan is. The world has barely begun rebuilding after his last attack. If we were to strike again so soon, it could be devastating. We can't let that happen.
Yeah, but where do we start? We barely began to search all his bases and labs when we were looking for Neo. Metal Sonic he's referring to. He could be in any one of those now, or in ones we didn't even find.
Right, so instead of wasting our time looking for where he is, we'll go to where he isn't. We'll tap into his network from one of his old unguarded bases.
I think this comic is actually one step into like totally restoring, I don't want to say restoring, but enhancing Amy's character. As we saw like in her introductory comic, she still does have feelings for Sonic in this stuff, but it's not weighing down her character in a sense. And she very quickly steps up to take control of the restoration here. But their relationship between the two are still very playful, and I guess when it comes down to taking down Eggman, stays at a very professional level. And they've stuck with this. They even doubled down on this in Sonic Frontiers, where Amy's kind of like going through some midlife crisis, even though she's still like considered a 12-year-old. But in that game, they actually explore other things, like, you know, she doesn't want to be just tied down to helping Sonic all the time. She wants to explore other things and do things that will help people. And that's kind of what goes into question here. Like, what do we all do next? And that's what I found very interesting about Sonic Frontiers. It seemed like all of these characters were hitting their 30s and trying to figure out what's next in their life, which I found it was like, that's why I think it hit me at a different level. I'm sure for kids playing it, it's just Sonic being Sonic. But as I was going through it, I'm like, man, like these characters really seem like they've been through this like hundreds of times. So not only do they have this overarching story, these characters are exploring themselves and like, I don't know, getting out of this little post-30 crisis, I guess. It's not midlife crisis, but I don't know. That's how I kind of viewed the characters in that sense. So it's similar to Sonic Boom, where they look like they were retiring, but this is kind of like what they want to do next in life. Sonic is always goal-driven into finding adventure and stopping Eggman, so that hasn't changed. But Tails wants to be his own person again and explores the idea that he faltered a little bit in Sonic Forces. Amy's tired of chasing Sonic, and she wants to do something to help people. And Knuckles is wondering like his true purpose, whether it really is to watch the Master Emerald or explore other things. Like, is he tied down to his lineage? So definitely some good things that they explored in that game. I'm not getting off topic here, but you'll start to see those character traits within this comic book. Maybe 12 is middle age for hedgehogs. Maybe, because I heard they only live up to 3 years old. That's probably why I haven't gotten one. I didn't want to deal I didn't want to deal with like the death of my 3-year-old hedgehog. You know what I mean? Are you going to cover the new info about Genocide City Zone? Did they drop new info on that? I'll look it up briefly. Let me see here. As far as I knew, it was just a name for a level that... Oh, there is new stuff. See, Genocide City Zone, also known as Cyber City Zone, is a scrapped level from Sonic 2, so I knew that. Designed primarily by Tom Payne. Who is that? American artist, video game designer. It was to be a single act zone with a mechanical or industrial theme, but was dropped due to time restraints, and the map was subsequently reworked into becoming Metropolis Zone Act 3. That makes a lot of sense, which is, I despise Metropolis Zone 3, by the way. Like, Metropolis Zone as a whole, like, oh my god. Like most levels of the game, Genocide City was envisioned by Hirokazu Yasuhara and Yasushi Yamaguchi, who is the one who designed Tails, by the way. Yamaguchi drew some of the initial concept art for the level and delegated in-game graphic responsibilities to Tom Payne. Graphics for the level and map were produced, but before the contents were added to the game proper, a decision was made to axe the level. So all of this is already known. Genocide City was a thing because the Japanese team didn't have a complete grasp of the English language, which makes sense. Is there anything new here on this? No boss for Genocide City was ever designed. It was gonna have a purple color scheme, which is how I always imagined it in my head. And in the Simon Y prototype of Sonic 2, Genocide City is listed in level select, but it brings you to an empty level. Tom Payne's work was not entirely wasted. Some of the graphics were recycled for the unreleased Mega Drive game B-Bomb before recycled again for Sonic's Spinball level, The Machine. All right, so I know I can barely see that, but you guys can kind of get a gist of what's going on there. I'll probably do some more work on that I'll look into some of this stuff because there's like a lot of things that are surfacing with Sonic 3 as well, with that prototype that came out a couple of years ago. So that's probably out of date. You'll have to check Twitter or something. Did they really have like something new aside from that? I figure, let's see. Genocide City. I'll probably have to hunt it down if anything. And we'll look at we'll talk about it in some other video. Whenever I get back to my Sonic content. Did I miss anything? Yeah, there's level layouts and a color palette. Let me see. Oh, I think this is it. Cyber City Zone was originally called Genocide. Okay, yeah. But this is from 2017, so this is still kind of outdated. So this, yeah, Cyber City. This is kind of what it would have been. But I'm sure this is probably not what you're talking about. Because this was that's Metropolis Zone, Death Egg Zone. So it probably would have been this with more of a purple color scheme or something like that. Is what I'm gathering from that piece. All right, let me continue. Yeah, but where do we start? Wait. I already read this. Okay. We sure will. Let's go.
Really? But I have so much work to do here and...
It's your plan, so you got dibs. Call it a working vacation.
Hehehe. Alright.
Alright, so now we get a Sonic and Amy team up again. Aww. Yeah, Sonic is rizzing her up, bro. There is a lot of chemistry. There's much better chemistry between the two of them in this comic. Less so in Frontiers, but this is kind of like, I like what they've done with this. Sorry, Eggman, but it's game over for you. All right, so that is the end of issue 14. I think the next issue is when things start to hit the fan a little bit. So here's what I'll do. I'll do the next 2 issues. So we'll go up to issue 15. I'll do 15 and 16. Because this is where we were, right? Oh, no. 15. Okay, 15 and 16. So we'll do these 2 and then I'll call it a stream. But there's a lot more content, basically. I think at the speed that I'm reading this is going to take me a little bit. All right. That's a called cosplay, right? You saw that? Okay. Sonic the Hedgehog IDW issue 15. This is cover A. We have Ian Flynn at the head again writing this with Jack Lawrence. I'm not sure if he actually drew for any issues prior to this. This seems relatively new. Or he seems relatively new, but I could be wrong. All right, so we have Sonic, Amy, Dr. Eggman, Dr. Starline, Ruff the Skunk, and Tumble. Let's get into guided view here.
Echo mine.
You know what I like best about Eggman?
What's that?
His subtlety. Ha 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 ha. Wait, do I have a laughing track? There it is. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Looks like there was a heck of a battle here.
There was. This was where one of our biggest counterattacks against Dr. Eggman's forces happened before you came back to us. We were able to liberate a lot of people that day. We lost a lot of good people too.
So this person died. Okay, wait, is this death? Confirmed death in a Sonic Sonic stuff? I mean, it's not to say that things haven't died in Sonic series before. You can't tell me when Chaos destroyed Station Square that nobody got murdered there. I think Sega walked it back at some point, but we all know what happened. That place got washed. We haven't seen Station Square ever since. Or maybe we haven't. I don't think we did. It wasn't Sonic Battle. That was Central City. So yeah, we haven't seen Station Square since. Hey, you made sure it was worth it.
You won the war for us.
Well, yeah, saving the day is what I do. And we're here to stop Eggman from performing an encore. Which way?
The command hub is down this tunnel. Hopefully the backup generator still works. With a little luck, we'll be able to boot up his computer, access his network, and find out what he's planning.
Silver and I saw his badniks emptying a defunct lab, though. How do you know he hasn't done the same thing here?
I don't, but this is the closest abandoned base on file, so it's the best place to start.
So I love in Sonic continuity, there's so many Eggman bases. Now that I think about it, we assume that he has bases like across the world. So there's, especially in this comic, there's abandoned ones, there's test centers, there's ones that he's totally forgotten about. There's ones that he moves around in. So Eggman has bases all over the world. And I think, funny enough, if they really wanted to expand into like a new like Sonic Frontiers game and expand on the open zones that they did, they could do like mini dungeons with Eggman bases like littered throughout like each area, you know? Just an idea I'm having.
Here we are.
Finally, it's too dark to run, but all this walking is killing me.
Please, oh please, work.
That's a big ass light switch. Jesus.
Woohoo, we're in business.
Welcome to Eggnet. Man, not even reserve badniks? Snorefest. Is that a spotlight or a camera? That's a camera, okay. Meanwhile, Eggman's secret lab. This is so mean, I almost feel bad for those dopes. Almost. Sir, there was a ping on the Eggnet. The Echo mine has come back online. Okay, and I should care because it's Sonic and Amy Rose. They have unguarded access to your files there, sir. What impeccable timing. Qbot, tell Ruff and Tumble to meet me in Hangar 3. You got it, boss. How can you be so casual about this? The Metal Virus may be viable, but you haven't finished. Starline, you need to learn to enjoy these dramatic sudden deadlines. A lot of the Knuckles clan in Chaos died. Yeah, there's them too. They got destroyed, bro. Do they expand Eggman's relationships with world governments? No, they don't. Not in this comic, at least. But I'm not fully caught up yet. I think they kind of moved away from that whole like United Nations stuff that was established in like Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow and the Archie comics around that time. In Sonic IDW, there's not really a lot of like government talk, but I think we're gonna see more of that in the movie universe, kind of like in a Transformers sense where everybody's okay with Sonic being around, but it's controversial, but they have to help the government and gun and all that stuff. I think that's kind of where it's gonna be. But I'm not fully caught up on the comics yet, so maybe it's a thing. We'll see. We'll find out. You finally get off your fat butt and get those weapons? We have half a mind to just take over this dump for ourselves. Half a mind is being generous. These backpacks are your backups. Hit the button on the cross straps if Sonic gets the upper hand. I was hoping for a tail. So what? It gives us superpowers or something. Or something. If these are the backups, what are we leading with? I'm getting my voices mixed up here a little bit. Get a load of this. He said the thing. I did the voice as best I could there. Okay, it faded out for a second there. I was wondering what happened. Uh-oh, login screen. Do you even remember any old passwords?
It's usually a variation on this.
Oh, I like that one. Okay, that took me a second to read. Hate that hedgehog. Technically, this is a secure password. I know password constraints are getting pretty strict these days. Like, some don't even accept special characters. Others require special characters, but only if it's not like a slash or something. I don't know, man. The thing is, like, I love using password generators, but at the same time, I'm like, what if this password generator went out of business? Or what if they lost all the passwords and I'm stuck and then I gotta do, well, you just do forget your password, but still, I don't know. It's annoying. Gyron the Kid, welcome. I'm just seeing you pop in, even though you probably commented before. Iconic Eggman phrase, right? No way. I can't believe this. I used to have a soundboard with that on Twitch, but I don't have it anymore now that I've been streaming on YouTube. I've been thinking of like doing, you know, more casual Twitch streams where I'm playing like random games not related to my channel. So I might revive my Twitch channel at some point. So stay tuned in that. If you guys want to go follow it, it's twitch.tv/thementalk. Feel free to drop links in the chat for it, but I know it's been abandoned for quite some time. I was gaining some traction there and then I just gave up, but I think now since I have new subs, I think may as well direct you over there and we'll see what I play from time to time, because if I feel like throwing on like, you know, Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that, I would love to do that on stream, like in a more like casual environment rather than doing it on YouTube. I don't know, just my opinion. All right,
I'm in. The most recent files for this.
is that the Ark? No, this looks to be much
Smaller. I'm seeing a lot of talk about payload distribution. But of what? No, we need to know more.
I think Eggman just remembered his forgotten base. So I wonder what exactly those schematics were. What are we looking at? Bum bum bum. We'll find out. Hey, it's Rough and Tumble in an Eggman machine. Let's go. Let's go. Will I do streams for game events like Xbox Showcase and Summer Games Fest? Maybe not for the Xbox Showcase, but definitely Summer Games Fest, because I did that last year. I think when I stream events, a lot of people love coming to it, which makes me want to do them. For the most part, I like to stream Nintendo Directs as well, depending how long they are, because there's some Nintendo Directs that aren't worth it. But definitely Summer Games Fest I'll do, and later in the year, Game Awards. I made a tradition of that. So yeah, when is the date for Summer Games Fest actually? Let me get some details on that. I know like Jeff, I like Jeff Keighley, but he has a way of blowing up a lot of smoke for his viewers. So he'll always say like, you're not gonna want to miss this one, but I understand because it's his event, so I'm not too harsh on him for that. June 8th, Thursday, June 8th. Yeah, why not? So the major event would be at 3 p.m. Eastern time on June 8th. That sounds decent. I'll definitely do that. We'll get that done. The Xbox Game Showcase, I'm not too keen on, because I think they're just probably going to promote more Starfield, but if there's enough demand for it after I finish the Summer Games Fest stream, you know, why not? We'll see. It is crazy to think that E3 is dead now, man. It's like, since I've been doing this stuff and streams on YouTube and stuff, I haven't had the opportunity to stream E3 at all. Just like, you know, state of plays and things like that. Like, I kind of miss the hype behind E3. I totally understand the companies pulling out though. It makes sense. You save a pretty penny and you can release news at any time with these edited down directs and, you know, things like that. So I totally get it. I just kind of missed the hype, man. I missed Ubisoft going up there with a really French ass dude telling me how innovative things are. We are providing the most innovative experience, and that's why I would like to show to you Assassin's Creed bullshit. And then you'll see the next rendition of Assassin's Creed, and it's just like a cinematic trailer, and then everybody claps. And then they bring out a host that shows Just Dance for the 50th time, and then you have Jason Derulo singing while people are dancing in the background. Oh man, I miss those days, bro. Oh my gosh. And then EA just never had anything good at their presentation whatsoever. They would show a Battlefield trailer and then call it a day. I just miss the cringe behind it too, you know, like, and then the ones that really performed well, like PlayStation and Nintendo most of the time did well. They've had their downs, but they did well most of the time. And then Xbox would always show things that would never release, and then they show things like Kinect and all. I don't know. Anyway, I'm over explaining E3. You guys know what it is, but I do miss that vibe. All right, we'll cave in the mines, bury you in the rubble. You're gonna get wrecked by Rough and Tumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Boxing. If that's gonna be your thing, it actually has to rhyme. We did rhyme. Well, not exactly. I'm switching up their voices all the time. What? Rubble and Tumble, you only kind of rhyme at best. I offered to go by Tumble and Rough. That doesn't flow and you know it.
How did these guys take over a whole town?
Blunt objects can still be dangerous. Be happy you get a turn beating them up. Blunt objects. I've never heard somebody call a dumb person that. That's that's actually pretty funny. EA was sports and stuff. I doubt Nintendo will have a big summer direct due to E3 not pressuring them to make a presentation. Yeah, their big game for the summer is going to be Pikmin. I'm just curious as to what their plan is for winter, and if they're going to skip winter for like a spring game, you know what I mean? Because we haven't heard anything yet. Only thing I can think of on the docket that's already been announced is Metroid Prime 4. But they could always come out with something similar to Metroid Dread. They could announce a Star Fox game, or they could announce a Mario or DK game. I don't know. I think DK is next up personally, but if we got a Mario game, I wouldn't be surprised. So we'll see. We'll see what Nintendo has next, but they've run out. The major ones have run out, unless there's a new Animal Crossing. I don't think anybody's speculated that so far yet. But with Tears of the Kingdom out and Pikmin coming out, Kirby dropped a pretty big one last year. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just dropped. Fire Emblem just dropped a new one. So yeah, like their major players are pretty much done right now. So hopefully they're working with some stuff that they haven't touched in a while. Okay, let me continue.
I guess I better neutralize this first.
I can hear the sound of it like from Sonic Adventure in my head. Forget it. We're stealing a rhyming dictionary later. We've got roadkill to serve up.
Yeesh, that thing is solid.
And dangerous. Woohoo! Oh, this is actually a cool shot here. This reminds me of an actual Sonic level. I know it doesn't look good on like this big screen right here, but great for your Kindle if you're interested in buying it on Kindle. Whoops.
Careful.
F-Zero GX remaster. You guys ready for that F-Zero? They're never going back to F-Zero. But if it does happen, you guys can come back and leave a comment on this stream when it's uploaded and tell me I told you so. Dead end. It's a refuse pit.
The only way out is back the way we came.
Hold on, this path is barely wide enough for their tank.
If they drove out here, they wouldn't be able to turn around.
Hey, you thinking what I'm thinking? We're gonna trap those suckers. That's funny, I didn't even think that they would say suckers. End of the line, suckers! Oh, I love that, by the way. Let's go back to that. I gotta play the sound for that. Ready? Okay. Rough, hard right. Oh crap! I almost feel bad for what we're gonna do.
Haha, almost.
They're behind us. All right, here we go. A team up attack. Oh no, no, no! Splam! This is why we need a playable Amy. But apparently there's gonna be DLC for Sonic Frontiers with, I believe, a playable Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So hopefully that's interesting. I'm actually excited to see what that DLC entails. I did download the free update recently where you can collect songs that plays in the overworld. And that did add like quite a nice little razzle dazzle onto Sonic Frontiers recently. And then they also added like time attack modes, which are pretty difficult. And I think boss rush. So tons of interesting content in there that I played for a bit. Get a load of this. My guy brought a bulldozer out to attack, or the excavator, I should say. Bail, bail! Why didn't you just give us flamethrowers, bazookas, not this big dumb tank? And down it goes.
It's over, you goons. Tell us where Eggman is and we'll go easy on you.
Joke's on you, toots. We've been saving the big guns for last. And they pressed the thing. Oh my god. This was a total trap from Eggman. So now here we have Patient Zero right here. What the heck? Get it off! Get it off!
Sonic, what is?
No idea. And now, oh, that's actually pretty quick. That's faster than his tests. So as you can see, they are now completely zomboid. And so begins the arc of the Metal Virus. Officially.
They're robots, not badniks, but
Something worse. At least they stopped talking now, right? Honestly, though, it's a good look for you. More sports car, less haven't washed in a week. My guy still has things to say here. You get transformed, but don't get a new tail out of the deal? What a rip, am I right? So he's trying to get into their heads with like shit talk, but they're attacking. Just build a giant magnet, problem solved, right? Actually, I wonder why they didn't do that this whole time. We're gonna see all of their attempts to get rid of this virus. Not in the next issue, but probably later on. But I'll definitely continue the series for a later stream.
they're not responding. It's like they're completely soulless.
Eggman somehow turned them into zombie robots. So zombots? So for the first time, we get the term zombots, and that's what they're gonna be using to identify these from now on. Yep, I'm gonna go with zombots. Sonic here confirming my descriptions here. Is that dragon dance in the background? Yes. That is what you're hearing right now. It's not like we
Could reason with you before, so
Pico. So they're not entirely metal, I think. Like the virus is kind of sludge-like or whatever. I think they're gonna describe it a little bit more later on, but this is interesting. Wait, did we see? Aha! Yeah, Sonic touched him. This is the beginning of the stress for Sonic the Hedgehog right there. So he went and dodged him, and thanks for catching that, by the way. I would have missed that. I'm like totally like just reading and not comprehending here. So yes, he's now been touched.
oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it would do that. I killed him.
Shing! Oh my god, it's like Cell or Majin Buu.
Sonic, I don't think we can hurt them.
Clunk! Oh, he touched him again, bro. Oh, several times. My god. Sonic here, oh my lord. I'll just drop this right here real quick. That's for our boy Sonic. Okay. I love how this looks, by the way. It's like he's tearing apart their flesh. So it shows like the sheer power that Sonic's putting into some of these moves, because it's actually hurting. Like I think this would be normally like some type of killer move, but we'll chalk it up to the virus being goopy. Ew, that's a terrible word, goopy. All right, so he's reformed. Yeah, woo, I think you're right. Oh man, Sonic, all up in your mouth too? Oh god. Ah, Stagafuliza. This is a sickness, and we do not want it. Oh gosh. Bruh, this would have had me rolling on the floor in disgust. I'm kind of a germaphobe. Amy, don't let them touch you. Pow. I forgot how many times Sonic actually got hit in this arc. Because normally if anybody gets touched, they're pretty much done for it. So we're gonna see how Sonic mitigates this for a little bit. If you can't be hurt and fighting you is hazardous to everyone's health, I'll just have to put you down here for now. Decide to put them in quarantine.
Sonic? Kerpow.
It's a bit rougher than I wanted to play it, but I'm kind of in trouble. Whatever changed them is infectious, so any ideas? Because this is spreading fast. Oh, that went better than I dare hoped for. The power of the infected. Just call them zombots. I'll give Sonic credit. It's catchy. That's funny. Actually, it kind of looks like Jim Carrey here, or something that Jim Carrey would do. I suppose I I can allow the defeated that much. What's next on the agenda, Doctor? Next, we share the metal virus with the world. It's time we started the clinical trials. So next time, Sonic the Zombot. It's probably not gonna be that. I still love that they do this. Like they used to go way. They used to do fan art way back in the day for in like old comics and things like that, and not just with Sonic comics, but I love that comic books are still doing this type of stuff and getting fan mail and things like that. That's such an old school mentality, but I love it. Gotcha Bear Twins, welcome back. All right, so let's get into the last issue. Now that Sonic has been completely infected, where would the story go from here? This is here. This is actually one of my favorite issue covers for some reason. I love like the sharp edges here. I believe Uekawa drew the art for this one, for the cover, and I just adore his art style all the way. Like if you guys go to the Sonic channel art page, you'll see a lot of cool stuff from him to this day. But there's a lot of cool artists on that channel. There's a lot of things that they do, like what if scenarios and things like that with the Sonic characters that you'll see on Sonic social media from time to time. Papa Panda saying, love your channel, bro. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome, Papa Panda. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I needed to take a little break. I'm editing the next Kong video, so I figured I'd read more of this. I see like, you know, a small group of people really enjoy me reading these comics. So I'd love to do this on a weekly basis and stay consistent with it. I'm trying my best to stay consistent with streams. It's just hard doing that on top of editing and all that. But thank you guys for watching the content, man. I'm glad like so many people are enjoying it. It's hard to describe, but it means a lot. And I know that I'm finally keying in on things that people want to hear about from my end. So yeah, like thank you guys so much for all the support there. And you know, I'm gonna keep putting it out. And here's to striving for 100,000 subscribers. I know like that's not like that doesn't mean much, but like it's kind of just a goal. Like it's kind of like a blueprint to show how much the channel has grown over time. So thanks again, guys. Like I appreciate this, and I love doing streams like this to get to know who's watching and all that. Awesome stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, what else? Good luck on the subs. Thank you, Panda. Nickel, iron, cobalt, their alloys and alloys of rare earth metals are affected by metals. Are you referring to what's going on in this? I think I totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay, let's keep it moving. This will be our last issue for today, and I'll call it a stream. This one is written by Ian Flynn and art is by Jennifer Hernandez. If you guys aren't aware, Jennifer is one of the people that helps with the animated series that are on the Sonic the Hedgehog channel. So Sonic Team Racing Overdrive and Sonic Mania Adventures. If you guys have seen those animations on their channel, she's the one that kind of runs that and kind of helps with the art style with that. So I don't know if she takes an active role in the IDW comics, but I believe this is one of the few ones that she does. So it's good to see her contributing to this. All right, let's get into guided mode. Spiral Hill Village. This is where we are now.
Woohoo! You came! You really came! This
is Tangle. Welcome, Tangle, to the comic once again. So I know Tangle and Whisper are people's favorite OCs within the comic, or I should say comic exclusives at this point since they're canon. I really like Whisper a lot.
Hello. It feels like forever since our last adventure. It's so cool to have friends come to visit. And when the town isn't being bombarded even. Whoops, right. Boundaries, my bad. Let me give you a tour. This is the bakery. It's a must for every breakfast. The salon, I basically keep them in business buying their brushes. I tear through them, trying to keep my tail neat.
Is this the right issue? I believe it is, yes. Okay, cool. I've been in the Chipmunks voice. Yeah, I'm trying to like up the, let's lower the pitch a little bit and see if that sounds better. Test, test, test. No.
Test, 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 Test. Alright, I think that's good. Wait, no, my voice still sounds deep. I had to bring it back up. I think it was fine before. Anyway. There's a million more stops, but I can't wait to show you the Mineral Museum run by my bestest friend.
So Tangle is introducing Whisper to their town now that they're friends. She looks like Rosalina. You think so? Oh, are you talking about Whisper? Yeah, I could see the resemblance because of the bangs and the ponytail, which Rosalina has like when she's on the motorcycle or in Mario Kart. Gotta go have a few month old bro to babysit. Bye, Mintalk. Take care, gotcha. Thanks for coming through. Sound like you inhaled a balloon. Well, I'm doing my best, okay?
Hey, Jewel, I brought a guest. Jewel, this is Whisper. We fought robots together.
Charmed. That's my normal voice. Charmed.
Whisper, this is Jewel. She's the curator. Hello. We grew up together. Only because I was looking out for...
Wait. Only because I was looking out for you. You're the antithesis of look before you leap.
True.
We amass
quite the... I'll do this because it sounds weird if I'm just not using it for anybody else. We amassed quite a collection over the years. Tangle, looking for adventure, and me, making sure she came back alive. Eventually, I put together this museum. It's beautiful. Ah, where'd the sun go? I didn't think it was supposed to rain today. Well, what are you? Heard a scream.
Hey, so Whisper here is ahead of the game basically. She can... That's why I like Whisper. She's a very capable fighter. I mean, so is Tangle to an extent, but I just love the whole sniper wolf type of vibe, you know? And I think Whisper is a wolf? Yeah, Whisper is a wolf in this. Oh my god, it's not the Babylon Rogues. Wave, you take the top floor. Storm, smash and grab. I've got the ground floor. You got it, boss.
Sure thing, Jet.
Yeah, steal everything. It's crazy we haven't seen these characters in any game outside of Sonic Riders. I missed these three. Huh? Oh, wow.
What in the world?
Wait till the boss sees you.
Jewel!
Too easy. Babylon Rogues, back to the blimp. The green one looks like Falco. Yeah, that's a distant relative of Falco, clearly. All right, so they're heading back to their blimp. I think this is kind of a filler issue right here, just to emphasize Tangle and Whisper's little relationship here.
They took Jewel. They took Jewel. Launch us.
Hi-ya! And up they go.
No, we're losing momentum. Brace yourself.
Kaboom! And in the airship they go.
What a haul! Who knew Poddug Blackwater would be swimming in so much treasure?
Whatever, as long as it keeps my gear in top shape. Boss, I did real good. The green one is built like a pigeon, even though it's supposed to be a hawk. Bro, I can't believe they kidnapped a whole ass beetle, bro. You ever seen a jewel this big?
Please, let me go. Storm, you moron! You kidnapped somebody!
Not just
anybody. That's my bestest friend. Let her go or I'll start busting beaks.
Is that so? Well, too bad. Finders keepers. You want her back so much, then how about we race for her?
Jet, are you out of your mind? We're thieves, not kidnappers. Just let her go.
Back off, Wave. Storm made us look incompetent. We have to save face. But wouldn't a talking gem be worth more?
I'm a beetle.
I'm the leader. I call the shots. And I'm
telling you you're off target. You're a target. What does that even mean? If you're so worried about saving face, then why are you spending time bickering in front of the...
Fine, just toss him out. Whatever you say, boss.
Thank goodness. I was afraid this was going to get violent.
Not like that! Chunan Night, yes. Sonic Unleashed actually has a very underrated soundtrack. So here we have Jewel being tossed out. This is basically a filler episode.
Oh. Oh my god. I'm going to die. Jesus Christ, help! Help! Not again.
Did I do bad? Now you made us look incompetent and violent.
Now we've got to save her, you jerk. Nah, I've got it all under control. Take care. And if you ever threaten my town or friends again, I'll poach you myself, bitches.
All right, sorry. I kept it clean this whole time, but I couldn't resist. You know what I mean? Okay.
See ya.
They're both crazy. All right, and I guess she's just gonna jump. She's gonna bungee jump off or something. They looted our loot.
Let's just go already. Today's been a hassle. Ah! Oh my god!
Okay, sorry. Wait, there's a line here.
Sorry, boundaries, I know, but I'm assuming you've got a plan, so don't go splat.
And she whips out the sniper rifle. Yo, Poach is crazy, and you adding the B words. I know. I try to keep it family friendly. There are people who watch my videos like, oh, the children are watching, but I'm like, bro, I never mark my videos for kids. I know it's like supposed to be for all audiences, but I don't know. I'm honestly like, I probably curse at least once or twice in every video, and I'm cool with it. That's just where my content's gonna roll. I know there's family friendly like channels out there, but I can't be it. You know what I mean? Maybe one day, maybe when I get a little bit older, but let me be me in my early 30s. Let me act 23 in my early 30s. I'm gonna do that. That entire exchange gave some "you birds are lucky I'm the good guy" energy. Archie fans will get it. Yeah, that one went over my head because I haven't read a lot of it. Maybe I should read the Archie comic on stream one day, because that's like, I'm super intimidated by the Archie comic. I know I'd never get through it because I like to get sidetracked like this. Okay. So she uses, I think that's the ghost wisp that she's using to float, or UFO, one of the two. I think it's UFO or hover or whatever it's called. I can't remember them now. Let's see. You thought I was 19 to 22? Yeah, I mean 24. That's why I don't talk about my age on stream. I want to fool everybody. I want to be fellow no, just kidding. I have no shame in my age, bruv. But until my hairline starts receding, I'm gonna keep this up. Never tell them how old you are. Nah, just kidding. I really don't care. I have great jeans, I know. And I have good jeans that I wear too, but I'm wearing the sweatpants today. Later.
I cannot thank you all enough. Not only did you save my life, but my livelihood. You don't have to thank me, you goober.
Who says goober? Do y'all still say goober? I know some old heads in the chat probably still say goober, but still, I don't know. You thought it, thought I was in my 30s given what I watched. Yeah, like you could basically get it from context clues like in my videos essentially. If I have personal experiences with old ass stuff, then probably. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
But I do need to thank you, Whisper. I thought she was about
to punch her in the face, bro. Like, this would be hilarious. Clap. This is a nice shot too. Oh, I love this song. Aquatic Bass, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Goofy Goober. That's from SpongeBob, right? I think I never actually watched that. I never watched that movie. But I remember it was all over, like the commercials were everywhere at that time.
What are friends for?
Look at that. So this established a new relationship and a new friendship. What am I reading right now? This is not the next issue. I'm gonna read it anyway because this is not issue 16, but this is kind of like an in-between where it kind of shows the characters interacting with each other. So just for the sake of character development, I'll go through each of these stories. So I think it's like 3 stories with characters kind of showing their bond and stuff like that. So we'll do this one. I would have gone back and done the other if I remembered, but we may as well do this because it's, you know, a little filler episode wouldn't hurt anybody, right? All right, hold on, back. Wahoo! Barrel rolling. Wait, Sonic is flying for once? I haven't seen him fly since Sonic 2. This is crazy. All right, let's keep it going. I mean, it's more of an aileron roll, but close enough. Tails, you sound like Reddit, bro. Actually, you sound like the YouTube comments. You sound like YouTube comments, bro. Have y'all ever read YouTube comments? I'm sure you have, but go to any of your favorites creators and like sort by newest, and you'll see like the bottom of the barrel. The ones that are you sort by newest or sort by newest in mine, you'll find the bottom of the barrel over there. But there's some good comments lately. I haven't been dealing with like vitriolic comments as of late, thankfully. So I think my audience is kind of balanced out a little bit, but that's part of the game. Thanks for taking me up in the tornado, Tails. It's been way too long since I've sat in the cockpit. Well, I haven't had a lot of peacetime in the skies lately. I want to get ready for whatever we might face next, and that means new tech. Tails staying up to date here. Statchhand, welcome to this stream, saying I miss seeing these streams. I miss them too, man. I used to do these a lot more often, but I get so caught up in editing sometimes I won't have time to join all the time. So I'm trying to like do something to make sure that the streams are more often. I do want to play more like off-topic video games, like, you know, Zelda and stuff like that, and I probably do that on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow that, twitch.tv/thementalk. It hasn't had a lot of activity in a very long time, but I will revive it one of these days. And then here I'll do like major events and like, you know, the Sonic IDW reads and, you know, related content like that. So how much did I miss? You missed quite a few issues, but right now we're in kind of a little filler section of these comics. So it's just, you don't need to know what's going on in the story to understand here. This is kind of like an in-between story, kind of showing off the bond between these characters. Plus, who better to help test my new jet booster prototype for speed? Oh, but if you guys want me to catch you up as a whole, basically at the very beginning, I was basically reading the saga that introduced Metal Sonic as the main villain, right? For that particular saga. Since Eggman is out of commission, he forgot entirely who he was as a doctor and became this alter ego named Mr. Tinker, who was there helping people of, I guess I want to call it the Earth, but he was helping out people. He was harmless at this point, right? So Sonic decides to let him go and let him live his best life with this newfound alter ego. But Metal Sonic takes over and starts to do some villainy, and Sonic and Tails and all the others came together to basically stop that threat. And so Metal Sonic is more or less put out of commission and sent back to like Eggman's base. But we find out that a new character named Dr. Starline, who is a platypus type doctor, goes out and manages to rewire Eggman's brain to return to the evil person that he once was. So now with Eggman back, he is now the villain once again, and he's basically engineering a virus, or managed to engineer a virus called the Metal Virus that's very infectious, and the citizens of this comic can pretty much transfer it by touching one another or being in the same vicinity. So now he's begun to spread that virus, and that's kind of where we left off. So where we last saw Sonic, he was fighting Rough and Tumble, who were purposely infected by Eggman to spread the virus over to Sonic. So now Sonic is infected, and so it doesn't look well for our cast. So this particular comic here is kind of like an in-between, just to kind of show the friendships of stuff. So it's not a continuation of the last issue we just read, but it's more so just to kind of add some color to these characters. So that's kind of where we left off. What are my thoughts on Mr. Tinker? If you already answered, you don't need to respond. I honestly think that the whole situation with that, I agree with Shadow. I think that despite you totally forgetting all the sins that you've committed, I do think that you need to spend the time. Like, let's say there's a mass murderer out there that totally forgot that he was a mass murderer, like legitimately forgot, not faking or anything or claiming insanity. So imagine that was the situation. I honestly think that person should still go to jail, because you did do those things, whether you remember it or not, like, and you're capable of snapping out of things or remembering stuff. So I do think that Eggman should have repented and gone to jail or whatever they wanted to do with him. I agree with Shadow from that front. But I do see Sonic's point as like, you know, seeing the good in people, which I could consider a flaw in this comic, but we're gonna see them cover more of that later on. But I do like the whole like aspect of kind of changing Eggman to a better degree and like flipping his personality on his head. Like he becomes this good person that likes to tinker with things and help people out. Kind of makes you think about what Eggman would do if he was actually like not trying to kill everybody or world domination. So I think that was actually a pretty cool exploration of ethics in the Sonic world, at least. All right, so let's get into it. None left. Also, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna give you a little round of applause, you know? A little round of applause. All right, let's move along here. But remember, this booster is super powerful. We'll take it easy and do a few straightaways and call it a day. We don't want to put the tornado under too much stress. Stress? Me? I don't know the meaning of the word.
Ah! Oh my god, help! We're gonna die.
All right, let me stop. Whoa, that badnik came out of nowhere. Didn't even show up on the radar. That armor and those speeds. It's some kind of stealth Valkyrie? Is that what it's called? Valkyrie? Oh, I get it. Valkyrie? I don't know. Just because he forgot doesn't mean he's a different person. I mean, like, technically it's an alter ego. But yeah, it doesn't mean he's a different person. So I totally agree with that. You're capable of being the person that you were again, is what I'm thinking in that sense. Resistance supplies. It must have raided the nearby storehouses for fuel cells. Can't have that, can we? But we'll never catch up unless... Way ahead of you, pal. Hold on, let me... It's actually interesting to see Sonic pilot this plane again. By the way, the year that this came out would have been probably around 2017-ish. This would have been the first year still. So like 2017, 2018, we're thinking. Just if you guys want a little time frame of where we are. Woohoo! And I just had those calibrated. Well, booster works. Sometimes engineering brains are a burden. Easy, Sonic. The booster is designed for straightaways, not dives. What? I can't hear you over the wings creaking. One wrong maneuver and we risk a seriously unscheduled landing. Don't want that. It's trying to lose us in that island canyon. We'll have to cut the booster power if we want to stay in one piece. Y'all should go watch One Piece, by the way, if you don't watch it, or go read it. About that. I may have smashed the button a little too enthusiastically. I'll add that to my list of scheduled upgrades. This is 2018 we're in, right? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But no problem. We'll just have to think even faster than we can fly. Heck yeah. See those volcanic vents? These islands are full of them. In a canyon like this, they'll produce wild currents this bird brain won't consider. Plus, where there are vents, there are geysers. Stay on its tail until we can ride an updraft and get the drop on it. Right, that way. I won't stress out the tornado again. On my signal, pull up gently until we're positioned to drop our payload. Hey, yo, drop our payload. Don't you mean? Yeah, but I can always build another one. I keep mixing up my voices here. Closer. Closer. Now. Jehovah Witness vibes with that One Piece recommendation? Of course, man. If you're a fan of One Piece, you gotta advocate like a Jehovah Witness. You know what I'm saying? So go read that shit. Before I start reading it on this channel, I'll force it down your throats. No, just kidding. One Piece is so long, I'm scared. I just tell people this. Just enjoy the adventure. Don't worry about catching up or anything like that. Just start reading it. If you get bored, then drop it. You know what I mean? No pressure. That's it. You don't have to be scared or intimidated by it. Like, if you actually enjoy it, you'll end up reading it. That's basically what it is. So, enjoy the journey. It's One Piece is literally about the journey. And there's no rush. Yeah, you don't have to be where everybody else is because you're already at ground zero anyway. So it's not like there's any difference. So, but it is definitely a life-changing series. Very, very well written. But I'm not gonna, you know, say, oh, it's better than this show that you watch and all this other stuff. But just, you know, experience it. But I recommend reading it. Pacing is much better. But if you're into like the full experience and you want to see fights and sound action, you know, watch it instead. All right, sploosh. Now disengage the booster. Sorry, pal. I can't let your hard work go to waste just because I couldn't resist some stunt pilot shenanigans. Careful, it could be more volatile than a standard Valkyrie. All right, so he straight up murked that thing. Oh yeah, watch the 4Kids dub. Watch it in English and 4Kids. Yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo. Dreamin', don't give it up, Luffy. Dreamin'. Great song. Anyway, I've got you. Thanks, bud. It was more volatile. How's the booster? We'll have to keep flying until it runs out of fuel, but this test proves it's capable. All that's left to do is radio the resistance to cover the crate and stick our landing. You seem to want back at the controls. You seem to have learned your lesson piloting. You seem to have learned your piloting lesson. I would, it's just, I have more fun when you fly. What, but? And landings aren't really my thing. After all, you gotta go slow. All right. So yeah, that's just a little in-between piece to show Sonic and Tails' relationship and friendship and stuff. And I think, like, honestly, I love seeing just them going on like very casual adventures instead of like a huge story arc, because it makes, you know, the games a little bit more meaningful, especially in Sonic Frontiers. Like there's this particular heart-to-heart that they have in Sonic Frontiers that I really like. Just like, you know, great friendship overall. This is one thing Mario doesn't have, bro. He has his relationship with Luigi, but even that's questionable sometimes. Oh man, okay. Hey, so now we have Blaze and Silver. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Stop playing. Massive claps. All right, I didn't know how to stop my stuff from clapping. Sometimes I have a little soundboard here and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, here we go.
Hello, Silver.
Victory Garden.
Amy said I might find you out here, though she wouldn't tell me what you might be doing, or what I might be doing.
Blaze is a favorite of mine, by the way. It's basically like the female version of Sonic, though I think she's like a little bit more serious than him. Like she doesn't gloat and all that, but ability wise, like I really like her fire powers, and I love how, you know, quick she is to step up. Blaze is one of my favorite characters. Definitely have not explored this enough in games. I'm hoping that they bring her back at some point. Also, I sense like a little chemistry between her and Sonic sometimes, you know, but I don't think that's ever really gonna be a thing. But Blaze, oh geez.
Ah, there you are. I'm definitely not here.
Wait, I'm definitely not here. Better go back inside and...
Silver, I'm on my way.
Yeah! It's not what it looks like. Hey, yo, what's in that bucket, Silver, bro? Like, what is this? And why does it look like that? All right, let me stop. We'll find out what he was doing in a second. Wait, I got this. I'm... Bonk. Yeah, sus. What was Silver doing over here, bro? Host.
Are you growing vegetables?
Trying to. So far, it's been a no-grow.
I never took you for a lover of nature.
You kidding? Plants are the best. Everything in this time is so alive, so green. It's unbelievable. There's nothing like it where I'm from, or when I'm from, I guess. Then when Amy told me I could grow my own, I got really excited, and well, so I like this because for those who don't know, Blaze is from a different dimension. So she's from a parallel dimension to theirs. And she is like she's a princess and keeper of the 7 soul emeralds, which is kind of like the counterpart to the chaos emeralds in another dimension. So it kind of serves as the Sonic role plus other things in her dimension, though I don't think she's like the dimension equivalent of Sonic as people say. That I don't know if that's confirmed or not yet, but I could be wrong about that. I still have to make a video on her. Silver, on the other hand, is from the future. And anytime anything goes wrong in his future, he comes back to the past to help the past out and getting that sorted out. So I'm pretty sure this was inspired by future Trunks from Dragon Ball Z at some point, but maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out when I look more into it. But at this stage of the game, like, Silver has a lot more personality, and you see that he's a little bit more young-minded. So even though he's a good fighter and he has the telekinesis going for him, you see him still have this very innocent mindset because he hasn't really been involved in like peacetime and into a world where things can grow. And this is why he's so excited about gardening, because his future is pretty much fucked. So you thought they fixed his timeline. I still don't know how time travel works for the Sonic universe. So I'm not sure if it's something where, like, you know, you fix the past, but you go back to the future and it's the same deal. Like, you can't change the future, but you can save the past. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what movies explored that. I don't know if that's a Back to the Future type of thing. Yeah, the Back to the Future is different, right? So in Back to the Future, if you go back to the past, you fix things, thus changing the future. But you could also say that that future is a new dimension or a new time, a new timeline that's produced out of that. So I don't know which version of this the Sonic universe is going for. It seems like his future is fucked regardless. So who knows? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But he's back here to garden. Yeah, he may as well just live in the past with his friends. But I guess, like, you know, your home is hard to drop, right? I don't get it. I dug around a bunch, put him in the ground, made sure everything has nice labels. I even watered everything twice. Shout out to the Chaos Cola sign in the background, by the way. The weeds keep getting in, but the good plants just don't listen. As soon as I fix one thing, something else pops up. It's no use. He said the thing. So shout out to them adding that in there. All right.
Do you mind if I try something?
Please, anything. Sonic 06 basically deleted itself, so that would mean all the damage the enemy from it caused would stop existing. Yeah, and since they don't acknowledge it anymore, I consider Sonic 06 its own pocket dimension anyway. Like, prior to them even like changing any that timeline or like deleting itself, I think that it was like trying to be a reboot. So it's kind of like a very close dimension to what we have now, but just doesn't fit in any form or fashion. So like a lot of things established in 06, I don't really apply to like what we have established in the Sonic lore now. So but we did get Silver from that, so it's weird to figure out what's going on in his future if none of that actually happened. So we could say like other things happening in the past, like Eggman taking over and Sonic Forces influenced the future and stuff like that. So by the way, shout out to this face, right? I love that the comic artists, they don't mind doing this from time to time and making like a little you know, funny meme face like that. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. No, literally in the game the events got erased. That's the ending. Yeah, I know. I played Sonic 06 100%. I'm just saying there was a Sonic prior to him erasing the events at the end of the game, right? I'm thinking that it's its own pocket dimension from the jump. Something that worked on its own before it was fully erased. You know what I'm saying? So I think it didn't really have much connection to prior things, even though it follows kind of the same timeline. I think that it was honestly its own thing before it got erased from existence. That's kind of where I'm going with it when I say Sonic 06 is its own thing, in my opinion, because it was meant to be a reboot in the first place, or like a soft reboot. Okay. Ugh. Not that. Don't do that. What is Blaze about to do? Silver.
Trust me, but...
Wait, but... Okay.
I was making...
Wait, wrong person. I was making such good progress. Did she just level the whole thing? I think she just got rid of all of his weeds right now.
Here. Turn the ashes into the soil.
Why?
This garden was planted on a battlefield. The chemicals from the bombs have made the earth hard and acidic. Plants like these can't grow in it. Ashes can do many things, and one of them is this. When used to fertilize a garden, they will break down any acids in the soil and nourish the plants.
Yo, I feel like they got like a biologist to come in and or an agricultural scientist to work with them on this. Whoa, that's so cool. You must know a ton about gardening.
Only the basics. A gardener's greatest skill isn't control or planning or power. It's listening.
Hey, yeah, we need a Blaze game for real. I agree with that. Or like another one where she's the main character along with Sonic. Though I think we need like a Sonic and Shadow game, much like Sonic and Knuckles. The name writes itself, but I think Sonic and Blaze need another game together, like a Sonic Rush continuation of some sort.
The plants know exactly what to do and will tell you what they need to do it. All you must do is listen.
And there we go, tomatoes.
And provide.
Ah, that's nice. What a nice ending. Take a look at that, the end. I think these little things are wholesome. I think this is the last one now. We're gonna check in on Eggman here. The Dusty Desert. Who's speaking? Okay, this is it, Tumble. We finally found it. The Lost Pyramid of Dr. Eggman. I'm still not sure this is a good idea, Ruff. I mean, what if Eggface abandoned it for a reason? You need to skunk up. Just imagine all the lovely loot stashed in this thing. Robots, weapons, and it's ours. All ours. See? That crazy old tyrant even left the lights on. It's like he wanted us to raid the place. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing to be scared of. Nothing at all. Nothing to be scared of. Then why are the walls moving, Ruff? We're gonna get crushed. Ruff and Tumble are nothing but jokes. I know. But it's kind of, you know, they're kind of likable after a while. First rule of tomb raiding. You gotta keep moving. Let's roll. There, what did I tell you? We're unstoppable. But what about all the legends? They say this place is cursed. I'm scared, Ruff. Real scared. Scared? What are you talking about? We're Ruff and Tumble. Nothing scares us. Nothing. That was a nice Tomb Raider reference, by the way, yes. I was gonna call it out earlier, but I got caught up. You sure about that? Wait. Oh, this must be Rouge.
Are you sure about that, handsome?
Ah!
Yeah, you're real brave.
Rouge the Bat? You should have known one of you pesky do-gooders would try to stop us.
Stop you? Sorry to burst your bubble, boys, but I'm only here for Egghead's treasure. I've heard this place is packed with all kinds of shiny stuff. Enough to last a lifetime.
So much for being a hero. You're nothing more than a no-good lousy thief. No, bro. Ruff, aren't we no-good lousy thieves? No, we're good, no good stinking thieves. There's a difference. See you around, sister. May the best Tomb Raiders win. That's us, right, Ruff? Just shut up and run, Tumble. Shut up and run.
And I thought Eggman smelled bad. Can't let those skunk punks get their paws on my...
Oh yeah, they're skunks, so they're like literally just doing their skunk poopy thing. Yeah, like cue the bass boosted fart sound effect. Why do all bad guys have New York accents? Because all bad guys are in New York. No, I just I think it's just that whole mafia thing from the movies just never have really worn off on people. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on.
Treasure. Oh no.
Hey lady, got any idea what this thing is?
It's trouble is what it is. What did I say about the curse?
Oh wait, that's Tumble. It's trouble, that's what it is. What did I say about the curse?
Looks like you found yourselves an egg golem, boys. Trust Eggman to leave one last surprise. But don't get your tails in a twist. We just need to listen for the remote. Beep beep. And there it is.
You guys didn't know I could imitate a remote, could you? And that is the golem, actually. Yeah, this is the egg golem from Sonic Adventure 2. If you guys, I used to hate this boss, but I love the boss song for it. Amazing song. I think this is supposed to be the actual pyramid from Sonic Adventure 2, by the way, if you guys were curious. Rouge, what happened to her? Who cares? We don't need a flying rat to help us. Come on, bro, you know the drill. When we got a robot to wreck, don't just moan and grumble. Call the toughest scrappers around. Rough and Tumble. Oh, you were right. Nothing can stop us. And best of all, the secrets of the pyramid are ours and ours alone. I'm pretty sure Sonic did destroy it, but I think he just blew up the headpiece and then it went after Eggman and then it sank into the quicksand. So maybe Eggman came back and repaired it. Who knows? Alone. Now what? Oh, that's Rouge's voice. Rouge, what happened to you?
The bandages. Don't let the bandages touch you, or you will be doomed like me. Doomed for all eternity.
Wow! The bandages! Get them off me! Get them off! Rough, I thought you said nothing scared us. Are you kidding me? We gotta get out of here. This place is cursed, I tell you. Cursed!
Cursed. They fell for it. Hook, line, and stinker.
Who are these people? Are you sure they're gone, Rouge?
They won't be back. This old shredded curtain worked like a charm. You're safe, and so is your home.
Oh, thank you. We've been so happy here since Dr. Eggman abandoned the base. Oh God. I've been waiting for someone like you to come around and help us.
Alright, let me not get too caught up.
Well, I don't think you'll need your booby traps anymore. No one will come anywhere near this place. Not after Scruff and Bumble. Tell them it's cursed.
Not even Tomb Raiders searching for Eggman's treasure?
Ah, yes. Look, about that.
We're only teasing. Why don't you help yourself? Just don't tell anyone where you found it, okay?
You guys are the best. And don't worry. This one secret I'm happy to keep under wraps.
Hell yeah!
Oh, there's more! Alright, hold on. Let me see how long this one is. Who are these people? I don't feel like reading this one. Who are these nobodies? Hold on, let me zoom out. Let me see if this one's even worth it. Oh, this is like a Tangle thing? Yeah, screw this one. I like the artwork though. I'll give them that. But I don't really feel like doing this one. Just know that there's a Sonic fan club. And these are the people that are involved in it. I would love to see more of like Sonic's adoring fans in game, bro. It's like literal OCs the whole time. But yeah, these are the Earthlings that worship our boy Sonic. But my voice is going after all of these freaking invitations and all that. All right, so next time around, we'll go back into the Metal Virus Saga. So now that Sonic is infected, we're gonna see how he deals with the pressure of keeping himself alive in this situation. And what about Eggman? Will he be able to stop him? I hope that you guys enjoy these little segments. I'll try to get back to this as soon as possible. Hopefully I have my Kong video done before next Friday, and then I can come back and continue streaming this, because I enjoy reading these, and this is the first time I'm reviewing them since 2018, since release. So I'm excited to go through these stories because they're pretty well written, and we're gonna see some things really hit the fan later on. So thank you guys for joining. Panda, thanks for coming through. Cassie, thanks for coming by. Sonic Boy, Sonic Fan Club. I feel like Amy should be head of this club. She's got other things to deal with at this point now. None Left, Star and Sora, Justin Peters saying Star Fox, please. I did mention Star Fox earlier, bro, and I'm surprised. Like, you're the very first person to ask me about Star Fox, and I definitely want to do Star Fox. I will do a video on that team because I'm interested in their background and their backstories and things like that. Hopefully Nintendo remembers that they exist at some point. But yes, thank you guys for joining. Love you guys. Keep in touch with the content, and of course, if you want to join the Discord, all that's below. Twitter, help me get my Twitter clout going below. And of course, like the stream, I'll keep the VOD up. As always, everyone be safe. The prophet has spoken. Goodbye. Magalore memes. I am lost. Lego stream soon once I get new Legos. Take care, everybody. Mwah. Later.